Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 250. How exciting for November the 22nd, 2024. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by 125 Neils.
Wow, that's a little bit scary.
That doesn't work. No, that doesn't work because then and I'm joined on my right by 125 Daves. But then it only feels like you've only done half. But you've both done 200. Yeah, that's true. That was not well thought out.
No.
I'm going to let you into a little secret. After 250 episodes, you might be surprised and amazed to learn that we don't really prep this show as much as you think we do. Shocker.
As if anyone thinks there's any prep whatsoever. Did you know it was 250? Had you really thought about it being episode 250 until literally about 10 seconds ago?
Well, we had met you. I think you and I had mentioned it when we were online during the week, but I sort of had poo-pooed it. A poo-poo.
I kind of look at 250 like a 6-month anniversary. It's not really a thing.
It's not an anniversary, is it, if it's 6 months?
It's just 250 is like
the Q's in the name.
It's a nice number, but it's not really
not the big number, is it?
Nah.
I mean, at that
it's quite a big number.
250 is one of those ones where you're pretty sad. Like, just
I'm totally on. No,
Dave's nailed it. No, Dave's nailed it. It's like 300 all day, every day, man. It's 100.
No one fucking gives a shit about 300. 250 is a number. 300 is not a number, unless you're a Spartan, apparently.
300. I don't know what tangent you're off.
I don't know. That's the fucking name of the film. I don't know why it's called 300. I haven't seen it.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about your tangent of 300 is not a number. What?
It is a number, obviously, but it's not a meaningful number. No one gives a fuck about 300. I don't know. It's just
I do.
It's a multiple of 100. 3 of them.
Okay. I'm shocked at these revelations you're putting before me.
Oh, you know, that's what I'm here for.
Thanks. All right. Well,
you may have been wondering for the last 249 episodes why the fuck I'm here, but there we go. The secret's out now.
I still haven't figured it out. May need another 250. Anyway, I will say this. Thank you, boys, for making this an enjoyable experience. Now, you see, I feel bad, right? Like, it's 250. What are we going to have to do? Like, congratulations, blow ourselves every 50 episodes.
Well, thankfully, 3 people responded to it and gave us some congratulations.
All right. Well, I suppose it's yearly anyway, right? Pretty much every 50.
It's sort of 5 years, isn't it? Sort of. Well, it is for us because, it's probably more than 5 years.
Yeah, we've missed a few. So, yeah, I guess it's 5 years. No, that's a good way of looking at it. That's impressive. I mean, did you ever think we'd get to 250 episodes?
I didn't really think about it that much, to be honest.
No.
I was quite surprised we got to like 50. So like anything more than that.
You know who hasn't got to 50?
Yes.
Who? Well, there's plenty, to be fair, but there's one in particular I'm thinking of.
Dodcast and Pill.
No, I wasn't thinking of that. Who were they
Podcast
anyway?
and Phil.
I wasn't thinking of them.
Did Podcast and Chill make 50?
It's not called that, is it? Well, it wasn't called that, but it was actually a thing.
What is it? Oh, Joysticks and Chill. I'm never going to get that right. I'd probably get it right if there were more regular episodes to remind me.
Maybe we'll spur one into existence.
Anyway, look, I didn't come on here to give these guys a kick.
Anyway, it wasn't them anyway that I was thinking of. You started.
Oh, who was it?
It's our namesake.
Oh.
I checked up on him, yeah. Did 3 episodes. Yeah. Fucking, that's him done, mate.
What? He'd already done
fucking
3
website with our fucking name for 3 fucking episodes. He hasn't done one since.
Lame. He'd done 3 before, hadn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
2 or 3.
Why did you fucking make a website? Basically stole our name.
The point is, even whether 250 is a big number or not, I mean, this is exactly what I was thinking about before we started the show. Was like, what's the average, that podcasts get to before they sort of? I mean,
yeah, that's a good.
Become shit, isn't it? That's 6. I don't know.
I mean, it's got to. I would imagine it's probably not much more than 20, right? Over all podcasts. I mean, how many start with all the best intentions in the world, and then?
I don't know. We didn't start with good intentions.
Oh, I did. Don't worry. It's all right.
What happened?
There's a higher power. There's a higher power at work, Neil, guiding us. Don't worry.
Is there?
Apparently so.
Who the fuck is that then?
I have no idea. It's Dave.
Nope.
So that I'd like to know. I'd like to know what the average is. But yeah, good. 250. Well done. We're great.
Someone
we're still here.
Maybe a couple of people will tell us that in a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Feedback.
All right. Well, let's go on to the.
No, I can't be asked to tune in though.
Okay. Well, let's do the. We're gonna do. Is there anything footy this week?
Well, it's back this weekend. There's injuries.
I'm excited.
I'm sort of
Chelsea first thing tomorrow morning. That's good.
Yeah, it's a lunchtime for us. But yeah, you keep banging into the red. You.
I do.
Yeah, it's nothing. I think it's me. To be honest,
a little bit close to the mic, maybe.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's been internationals. It's not internationals now, and there's no internationals until March or something. But what is happening is December. I think there's 6 actual weeks left of 2024, but there are 9 fantasy football game weeks in those 6 weeks. So keep a fucking good eye on what's going on, I guess, because we've got midweek fixtures, which are like whole fixture lists in the midweeks. It's not like double game weeks. It's like a whole extra game week in the middle of the week. And there's like the ends of the Champions League and European leagues or whatever. Mega leagues. Have you seen the mega leagues?
No.
So have you looked at the tables for these? You don't really pay attention to the what
mega
your
league?
The conference league. Yeah, because they've used to have groups for each, like 4 teams in a group,
right,
in the Champions League and all these other things. But now there's just one giant fucking league. So there's 32 teams in the Champions League, and it's just ridiculously huge.
And then they just whittle it down.
So at least for like 4 screens to look at the league because it's so big. So
yeah, I don't really. I'm not following it that close, and I must admit, I did sit down and pay close attention to the new Champions League format, and even I just drifted off. I don't know. I really can't be bothered to put the effort into figuring this out.
Well, they play 8 games basically now instead of 6 in the group, but it's 8 different teams, 4 home, 4 away. But you don't play the same team home and away anymore,
right? As opposed to the Nations League, where you do, right?
The Nations League's international.
Yes,
but that replaced.
But again, this is something else.
This
has been something else that has changed. I think it's great. Sounds exciting. Wales had a great
I don't know about exciting, but it's better than shit friendlies that we used to watch or not.
Yeah,
watch.
Well, there's a little bit of something.
It's a bit to play for.
Something to play for.
We've had the Nations League, whatever they're calling that, playoffs drawn. I think today.
Oh, yeah?
Scotland have got Greece. Scotland have got to beat Greece to stay in Group A, or whatever it's called, fucking top group.
Think that will happen?
Fuck knows. They won the last 2 games. They were shit until the last 2 games. Scotland, this is. Greece beat us at Wembley.
Yeah.
But then we beat them 3-0 the other, like a week and a bit ago, or whatever it was. So we managed to win the league of 4 teams who were all, the 3 are shit, basically, compared to us. But we don't have. Well, you know what's next though? Tuchel's back. Tuchel's in, sorry, not back. Tuchel's back in England as the England manager from January the 1st, and it's World Cup qualifying, which is sort of 8 or 10 of the easiest fucking international games that we probably have, because we get the likes of Liechtenstein or fucking San Marino home and away.
Sweet.
And stuff like that. I think the Nations League should be better, really, than it is sort of regarded as. Because when you're in top group, you're playing the likes of like France, Netherlands and stuff every time, instead of the likes of San Marino and fucking the Faroe Islands and what have you. So it should be better football.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, well.
But no one likes the Nations League, apparently.
I think I do.
Well, we don't really watch it. I didn't watch it. I turned it off for the last 10 minutes and we were already 3-0 up. I was like, So, yeah. Anyway, FPL's back this weekend. Trent's injured. Van Dijk's not injured. There's fucking all sorts. There's loads of press conferences today to find out. Saka's fit. Ben White is out for months. Blah, blah, blah.
Ben White's gone for ages, yeah.
Mr. Joaquin Maresca, he's a bit. He was from Pep, wasn't he? He's from the Pep school of press conferences as well. He doesn't fucking tell you anything.
Right.
So
Why
Carl
should
Palmer
he?
might play this weekend. He might fucking not. Who fucking knows?
I don't know, but I'm not hoofing him.
But he's injured for Chelsea.
Haaland.
Guess who's injured for Chelsea?
What's his face? Reese.
Reece James. Yes, he only ever plays about 2 games before he gets injured. Poor
Yeah,
lad.
bye, Reese. Good to see you, Reese. See you later, Reese.
Oh, you're back,
Only
are
just
you?
came back. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get the medic booked in for a couple of weeks' time, shall I?
How long you back for now, Reese? A couple of
Not
weeks.
long.
All right. See you later.
Basically. Yeah.
All
So
right.
there's that.
Okay.
And his replacement's yellow flagged as well. So.
Brilliant.
And he's in the chat. Says,
Okay.
"Congrats everyone on 250 shows." I assume he's
Thanks,
talking to
Andy.
everyone who's actually put up with us for 250 shows. Congratulations for getting through 250 shows of listening
Thanks,
to this.
Andy. We do it for you
Just
and only
Andy.
you. All right. Is that enough football?
Way more than enough.
Dave, what do you know about podcast episodes?
Lots. Well, I don't know anything, but I know what's been generated by AI.
Oh, no, not
yeah.
AI. Can't you go get some hard facts?
This is almost
Haven't
guaranteed
we already
to be
decided that we
incorrect.
should definitely not trust AI? Off
So this is
Google.
what's generated by AI. So,
Oh, no.
so
Is it
basically,
Google AI or is it?
It was Google AI. Yeah.
Have they got a name for Google AI other than
Gemini.
Google AI?
Gemini. 56.1%
Gemini. Split
of
personalities. Could be good. Could be shit.
Yeah. 56.1% of podcasts have 10 episodes or fewer, and 17% have 50 episodes or more. So we're beating the average.
Well above average.
Well above average.
Well,
There's
how's you average? Is that the right word? I don't know.
yeah. The average is 10 episodes or fewer. So average being 50%.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, my head's fucked. So
There's 700,000 active podcasts at the moment.
Jesus, we need to
So
start
anyway, we're
knocking
well
some of
above
them
average.
fuckers away, don't we? Get rid of them.
That's all right. They turn over quick.
Not quick enough.
I won't go
Alright.
through the other bits. There's quite a lot, but
Yeah, don't.
the next one is there's between 27 and 30 million new episodes published every year. Podcasts. That's quite a lot.
Wow, that is
It
a
is a
lot.
few. It
Rest
is
of
a lot of
football
people
do about
waffling
7
on.
a week.
Yeah.
I don't listen to that anymore.
Yeah,
Got fed up of Micah Richards shouting. I like him,
Oh.
but I got fed up of him shouting.
It's laughing lots. Loudly.
Whatever. I think I also got a bit bored of hearing Gary Lineker over and over and over.
Well, I don't watch Match of the Day, and I don't listen to this podcast that much. But it's usually one of the ones I wake up in the middle of it at like 3 o'clock in the morning and go take my headphone off and put it down.
Yeah. I need a break and then I'll go back to it. All right, let's move on to some listener stuff then. And of course, we have a few things in about the episode number because Neil went fishing for it. Well done, Fisherman Neil. Mint Safe says, "Congratulations, fellas. Love the podcast. Keep up the good work. How are you going to celebrate this milestone?" This is it.
I went to the pub for a pint beforehand. Which is
Dave's
unusual.
drinking. Dave's celebrating.
Dave's
by
run
drinking
out.
If anybody's in,
Get on
Two
Just
Bud
Eat, is it? No, Deliveroo. Deliveroo can deliver you some
They
beer.
don't do beer, do
They
they?
fucking do.
oh
They
yeah,
don't. They go to Tesco's and get you anything.
dude, my Sunday league football team was sponsored by Dial a Crate. You just dial in, they deliver a crate of beer to your door. That's how we ended up going. We need you to sponsor us, and they did. Dial a
Like-
crate on us.
Did you get some
Is that-
credit, like in the
Huh?
bank, to use? Like, did you get some free deliveries?
No, we just got him. I think he just ended up paying for the uniforms. That's it. That was enough.
Uniforms. Cool kits.
And then it was round to his almost, for cases
few
of beers
beers.
and razzles.
Nice. Are you going to put the pre-show banter in the episode, are you? For that to
Not
make
all of it,
sense.
no, definitely not. For those that know, they know. Master Blackthorn says, "Big congrats on 250 episodes. Hundreds of hours of your lovely voices in my ear holes. Grand. Here's to the next 250, unless Fraser goes off to start yet another podcast. Cheers.
Any plans for that?
No, because
No one else will
I
do it.
started off originally I had my own podcast with my mate Jeremy, and I would dearly have loved that to have gone on forever, but logistically it just wasn't working. He was just, in a nutshell, we just couldn't.
Yes,
It was completely. He was just. I couldn't I couldn't nail him down enough. It was just driving me bonkers. So, yeah. So then I went on to the other podcast, but they weren't my podcast. Not that I'm saying, like, don't take that the wrong way. That I feel like this is my podcast. I don't, but I feel like I have more. I wanted to start something anyway, and
So did you?
this
Those
is
are
our
you
podcast,
you
right?
joined midway, did you?
Yeah. All the others I joined midway. Yeah. So this was nice.
What was your one with Jeremy called then?
Transatlantic Rants.
Oh, okay. That was I remember the name.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was good. I enjoyed it a lot.
What was that about then?
It was just basically Jeremy just going off on one every week. It was brilliant. It used to be so entertaining. You ever hear his dentist story? If you can dig him out, his dentist story is just.
Are they still
brilliant.
available?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think
get on
so
the
because
AI, Dave. Come on.
they were free hosted.
Oh,
but
possibly.
Yeah. What was the one about the dentist? It was something about he was looking through a piece of paper. I can't remember. It's someone in the waiting room. I don't know, but I was just crying.
Well, he was looking through a piece of like a spy.
I don't know. It was
like
something
a shit spy.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't know. Look, anyway, I don't know. I'll have to dig it out.
I think they're still available. I'm looking at the pod. They're on Podchaser, apparently.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
God, that was a while ago now.
Yeah, it was, mate.
So yeah, no plans. Nope. This is the podcast till we die.
Unfortunately, this is it.
We're stuck with each other. We're joined at the hip.
We don't even have to play video games in 10 years' time to do the podcast. We'll
and actually, saying that, even though I say that I wanted to do something more, I think I think with Game Punchers, we hit 200 on that, and then but we were really struggling to get together to get episodes out, like. And that's the thing, right? When you're struggling to get episodes out and I don't know, it's tough, right? This is
it's easy now, isn't it, for you? Like, we're done. We finished the show. And unless you've got something to do, that basically 10 minutes later, it's fucking published.
It's very efficient, right? We know when we're doing it. You guys are fine with the time. I'm fine with the time. We don't have too much going on, so it's pretty straightforward. And yeah, when we finish it, it's banged out. Right?
It's so good, you hardly have to edit it.
That's right. So pro.
You basically just add the music, and that's it. It's all there.
But it's been wonderful, right? Anyway, so no doubt we'll be talking about this again in another 50 episodes.
No, because we're not doing anything for 300, because that's bollocks.
300? 300 is lame, isn't it? We're only doing the 50s now. 350 next.
350? What the fuck is 350?
What the fuck is 250?
250 is a number that means something.
Why?
It's like a quarter of a big number.
Why is 300 not a big number to you then? I don't understand
bigger than
why.
250 technically, obviously.
No,
251's bigger than 250.
He's giving me more number revelations here.
I know you're going to blow your mind.
Maybe a third of the way through 333.
I'm just.
We need to celebrate.
Yeah, if you need something really obscure. How about we only celebrate when all the numbers are the same?
Next will be 333 then, would it? Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
I don't remember us doing anything to 222. I know, what you have to do is when you get to one of those numbers, you have to do that funny little jig. You have to do that funny little jig like the old umpire did in the cricket when he got to a triple digit. Oh, yeah. What's his name?
I have no idea.
Ducky something. No, not Ducky Bird. It was his mate. The other guy that stood at the other end. It wasn't
Dicky Bird.
Wasn't that? I think his name might have been Shepherd, but it was always Dicky Bird and this guy. That was always the umpires.
And the dancing guy.
And
Dicky Bird and the dancing guy.
When he got to 111, he'd do this funny little jig, or 222.
Right.
You'll have to look it up. Get AI on that, Dave.
And the whole of this, all the regulars at the stadium will be looking.
Good luck searching for that. I don't know where you're going to find it.
Funny.
Not Dicky Bird, because it was the other guy.
The other guy, not Dicky Bird, funny dance. Yeah.
I bet AI can't. Even AI can't solve that problem.
Even AI, the magic, the power of AI. Scott says, by the way, thank you, Mintsafe. Thank you, Master Blackthorn, for those.
Thank you.
Very much appreciated. And Scott says, congratulations on 250, fellas. Surely this requires double alcohol consumption at least and extra THC for Fraser.
Wow.
It's going to be half the alcohol consumption for me.
I'll do your
mate.
bit, Dave. Don't worry.
He's going to do your heavy lifting. And then we'll play Number Wang. Thank you very much, Scott. Much appreciated. We've got to figure out how to
I
get-
like the little GIF that he put in, or GIF
didn't
if
see
you're a
that.
modern person.
Is that on the Discord?
It's on the Discord, yeah, but it looked a little bit like an archer shooting a Trump-sized penis. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I see it. Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be a mushroom, but
Yeah, I think. Well, exactly, a Trump-sized penis. That's what
like
she
it.
said, wasn't it? Or something like that.
And it had 250, the number
Yes.
of damage coming out of the top of it.
Yes. I don't know what that's from, but it's good.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Scott. Much appreciated. So yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for the support. Thanks for listening. That's why we do it. All right. Let's move on to what we've been doing. It's quite a bit there. So yeah. So anybody want to start?
There was a bit. I went to a quiz last Saturday.
You always go to a quiz. How did it go?
This was a music quiz.
I was going to say, it's a Saturday quiz. Normally
Yeah, I
do a
don't
week.
know. Yeah, weekday quiz normally.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It was Spud's music quiz. Spud is a local legend. He plays bass in a band, and has done for a long time. He's played bass for shitloads of years. He's about 60, but he's a ledge. Unfortunately, he is a gooner, but other than that, he's a good lad.
So you've known him locally for years.
Well,
then, right?
you know, since we moved back to town, it was like we have the club down, like literally over across round the corner, basically. Next time you come, maybe you should go.
Can't wait.
And yeah, so he's a good lad. He's a sparky, so he comes and helps me out occasionally. But he's told me I ain't doing this anymore. When I'm done, I'm finished. But yeah, he's a.
What do you mean when he's retired?
When
Or
he's
sort of
like
retired?
I say, he's like 60 odd, and when he finishes, he's like, all the odd jobs, I'm fucking done. I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm like, that's fair enough, mate. You've done your
Yeah.
time. But yeah, he's quality, other than being a gooner. So yeah, he done this big music quiz. Last year we went, and it was so fucking hard. And this year, it was still tough in places, but there was a lot more stuff. Like, we were more competitive this year for sure. We we came joint 8th in the end. Oh, the team that won, and they called themselves Spurs are better than Arsenal. Because he had to keep reading their name. They have the guy Ken, who's another local legend, on their
I
team.
like it.
He fucking knows everything. He could have won like fucking Mastermind, all of that shit. It doesn't matter. He could have any specialist subject. I swear, he's a postie. Posties know all sorts of shit.
That's
Maybe
because
listen
They
to the
read
podcast.
mail or something in their spare time. But they seem to know fucking shitloads about anything. Right, random subjects. It doesn't seem to matter what it. He just fucking knows. So he used to set the quiz on a Friday night down at the club when I used to go out on a Friday night instead of do this.
So he does working quizzes. He has done a lot of working quizzes. as
Yeah,
well,
I don't know
right?
working. It's all fun. It's all for fun.
No, but I mean, he's done a lot of quizzes, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not surprising
Yeah, yeah.
that his general knowledge is through
Yeah.
the roof.
Yeah,
Right?
it's crazy. It's crazy. Because some of the stuff he came out with the quiz, we were just like, what the fuck? I don't know that. But we'd also probably had about 7 pints by then. But yeah, so the music quiz this time, he plays a little clip of a tune, and you have to like either there was one whole round where there was a name of a drink in the title of the track. One of the tracks was a Simon and Garfunkel track, and it was like, go on.
I
It's
don't know.
quite
I'd have to
famous, one of their most famous songs ever, and we were like, what's the fucking drink in that then? Bridge Over Troubled Water. Obviously, water being a drink. Because it wasn't obviously alcoholic drinks all the time. Because everyone's like, oh, there's no drink in that. But yeah, it was any drink, any beverage.
He's crafty.
alcoholic or non-alcoholic. But yeah, a good crack, had a few beers, and we came joint 8th. But we were fucking like 20 odd points behind first place. They were fucking amazing. Like I say, they had Ken. It's basically cheat code. Quiz cheat code.
You guys, you can lord it. You've got to go to the different venues, to find out where you can
we'll
be.
be back. It's
Can't
this
be a big fish everywhere.
last Thursday of the month. You know what's coming up this week? It's the boot
I
quiz.
Oh,
I don't know what the specialist
All right.
subject is this week, but yeah, more quizzing.
Yeah, normally you get
We're
tapped
first,
up
second, or third in that one usually. So
all right.
there we go. Quizzes. Quizzes are great. I can't remember why. I was tinkering around with a website. Oh, I know what it was. It's Blue Sky is what made me tinker around with the website a bit. I did something I've never done before this week with the website.
Oh yeah, bit of
'Cause-
HTML coding.
No, it wasn't
I
that.
don't even know if that's
It
a
was-
thing anymore, is it?
Well, you don't really. I mean, basically, it still works on HTML, but some programs will do all of the fucking converting everything into HTML for you now.
Good.
But yeah, there was a thing on Blue Sky. Obviously, you get your handle on Blue Sky like you do on Twitter, and it'll be on Blue Sky. It's like at whatever .bsky.social or whatever, something like that. I can't even remember now. But because we've got a website, you can do something on your website, verify your website in Blue Sky, and then you get a handle at sealpodcast.com as your handle now. Because I put something in the website, I was like, "Oh, this is exciting." I didn't know this would do. And also, when I searched Seal Podcast on Google, it actually fucking came up instead of loads of bullshit fucking Seal Podcast, Navy SEAL shit. I don't know if that's because I've searched a few times, but yeah, it was like our Apple podcast page and stuff. I was like, oh, we're actually appearing in searches rather than fucking.
We got to keep at it. We're going to become more popular than Navy SEALs.
Yes, I don't know about that. Navy SEALs are quite.
Are you
popular.
fucking kidding me? How I search SEAL podcast? Okay, I'm okay if we don't get. If there's a Navy SEALs podcast in front of us, I'm okay with that.
It's not our friend, is it?
I mean,
That come ahead of us, is it?
It's fucking second.
Who is the other guy?
Our friend.
Yes,
Yeah.
what is he doing?
Nothing.
No, he's called himself fucking Seal Podcast. He's done 3 fucking podcasts. You've got
we
a
do
nerve.
come third on my search, which is good on Spotify, and then we come 5th actually as well. So
Yeah, we're out there now. It's appearing.
yeah, it's all right. But yeah, fucking this guy. What? I'm gonna have to.
He's got some
contact him.
SEO bullshit going on there, and he's
I was
put.
He's
gonna
got
say,
quite
we
the
need
website.
To, we need
I mean,
to
maybe
employ
I'm-
a SEO like.
I don't think we're. Are
Hello.
any of us actually that fucking bothered? No. I don't think we need to be paying any money for anything.
Wait a second. I am bothered.
Are you? You're bothered
No.
if that guy turns up ahead of us, for sure.
I'm bothered about.
Oh, he's got a fucking
It's all right.
making a
He's
website about Seal Podcast.
I'm
When
going to
you've
send
done
him a link to this where we're
3
talking about.
fucking podcasts. What the fuck?
Although we are well ahead of the Chester Football Club.
Oh, good. Well, no one supports Chester Football.
Oh,
Club,
they're known as the
called
Seals.
The
Is that
Seals,
right?
yes.
The
yeah.
Seals.
Yeah, I remember discovering that.
Yeah,
Again,
well,
who
they
is it?
used to come above
Chester?
us. They used to come above us.
Take that as you way.
TMI.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anything else?
I had my YouTube music recap come through today.
Oh yeah.
You'll never guess what my most played song is on YouTube.
Shania Twain.
Have
Just like
a little. If you think about it, what do we
Is
do
it
like 52 times a year, roughly?
I was gonna say, is it the?
It's the fucking
Seal
theme tune
podcast?
for the Seal podcast.
Oh, is that where you use it from?
Because I
then?
get it on YouTube, but it's linked to obviously YouTube.
Oh.
It's linked to YouTube Premium, YouTube Music. It's all the same thing. So I was like, it starts playing the fucking tune. Like it's like comes up with you. You listen to quite a lot of music last year, blah blah blah, over so many thousand hours, but one tune was ahead of all the others. And I was like, ooh, I wonder what it is. And then it played. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So,
I can't even
yeah.
remember what's it called.
Final Battle by Self Ed. I should
Selfie, that
fucking
was
just
it,
known
yeah.
that straight away because it came up on my fucking
I was like,
recap. Yeah, so that was a little bit annoying in a way, but I was like, oh well, fair enough. But it then plays while it's doing the whole recap. It played fucking that song the whole way through. I was like, okay, it's all right. It's a good song, and you get to hear it if you tune into the Twitch stream in full every week. But yeah, I was a little bit miffed at that. I was like, "Ugh." But apparently, I listened to over 8 hours of Daniel Avery last year. I was like,
who is that?
he was an old techno guy.
Oh yeah.
You must know Daniel Avery. You'd know. They've done that. Oh, fucking hell. It's called Bedlam, I think, is one of his tunes.
I don't know.
You'd know it.
Did
You'd
you
know
did
it
you
if you heard it.
have like house? Did you have some parties and just put that on
No.
as background music?
Well, there
or
was
anything?
parties, but I was told off at the last party
For your music choice.
because I had I have the Sonos going and everything. I had a playlist. I have a party playlist, which is all sorts of stuff, loads of indie stuff, a few bit of dance stuff, a few modern things, and all that sort of stuff. But one of our friends come round last time, and I had a few beers, obviously, as you do. And she said to me, I don't quite know how we got onto the conversation. She's like, yeah, I used to go to all the raves around here, Exodus and all that. I was like, did you? I was like, I didn't have you down as a raver. She was like, yeah, we always used to meet up in like Kingston Tesco car park over Milton Keynes and all that shit, and then drive halfway around the fucking country going to raves. I was like, oh, right. She's like, are you? And then she says, and this is the bombshell. I was like, yeah, I really like Rat Pack. And I was like, you what? I was like, fucking Rat Pack. It's like, nah, not Rat Pack. So the next thing, I was like, oh, I've just been following this thing on Mixcloud that posts mixtapes of every fucking rave ever, basically. It's called UK Rave Archive or something on Mixcloud. And it literally about 6 times a day, they seem to post a new bootleg mixtape from fucking... Well, they seem to just be working through the decades. So there's absolutely shitloads. I was like, oh, I fucking had this tape in my car. Like for fucking in 1993 or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's funny you say that because I'm doing that, right? I sub to a couple of YouTube channels that are doing that, and occasionally, like I think recently, just in the last week or two, there was a Laurent Garnier tape which popped up, and I was like, I think I had that one, and they post a picture of it too, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I had that one, and I recognize a lot of it, but some of it I didn't. I was like, I think if I had that one, maybe I would know it, but I'm chasing down. Like I've really gone hard on a few to try and find them, and I have found them. But so
maybe you should have a look at UK Rave Archive because there's
I better check
fucking tons on there. They're up to like in the 2000s now, I think they're doing. But they've done, like say, all the stuff from 1990s, early 90s. There's stuff back in the 80s. And it's just like, that's mad. It's just absolutely insane archive of mixtapes and stuff like that from way back in the day. Because 90s is like basically another time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Previous century.
Very much so.
So yeah, that's
all
been.
Right.
Well, I might have to chip in on one of yours maybe when you start.
Let's talk about cars then, shall we?
You can start on the cars because I want to know what you got.
Actually, my cars thing wasn't too bad. So I had found I got out of my car the other day and my nose went and I was like, I recognize that smell. That smells like coolant, and I've learned to smell coolant from 100 yards. And I was like, bollocks. Because I just had my car coolant leak fixed on it, like at the start of the year. So I was a bit peed. I was really peed off, actually. But anyway, I was like, well, I'll monitor it and see how bad the leak is and just wait and see what happens. And then also I had to book my wife's car in. So she had her winter tires put on and oil change. And at the same time, she has a problem with her coolant reservoir, which we had.
God. Well, good job. It's going to be nice and cold over there soon.
Yeah, no. The thing about the coolant reservoirs, they fuck up. They're almost a consumable, right? You got to replace them every 2 or 3 years or whatever. And they're not expensive, and I can normally do them myself. I've done loads of them anyway. But I didn't want to do this one. Apparently, the one on her car is a little bit of a bitch. So I just I gave him a
Range Rover. Fuck
Who would have believed it? No, actually, no. Some stuff's really good. It's got way more space to do work on.
Well, you know what's easy?
My car.
Putting in fucking fuel.
Yeah, that is easy, actually.
Just have to do it a lot.
A little tear runs down my cheek every time, though. I don't understand. So anyway, but bizarrely, so I went up and he did the work for us. And I said, "Look, can you put this coolant tank in for me?" I said, I would do it if it was the summer, I would do it. But I said, it's cold, I don't want to do it. I said, in all honesty, I don't want to do it. He goes, "Yeah, fair enough, I'll do it." And then I went to pick my wife's car up from him, and I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, here, it's all done, no problem." And I was like, "Great." And he asked my wife what she thought of the wheels because they're new wheels that she hasn't seen before or whatever. She just said, "Oh, I didn't
right.
notice
What,
them."
new
So
rims?
he rolled. Yeah, they're the winter rims.
Are they
yeah.
gangster
So
rims?
they're gangster rims. They're black. It looks. She couldn't even look more like a drug dealer if she tried. Except when she gets out, she's just very nicely dressed. Middle-aged
Business
woman.
lady.
Business lady. Yeah.
Well,
Very
she could
strange.
be the business of drugs. It's legit
Could
over
be.
there, you know.
Could be.
Don't know if you knew that.
So anyway, yeah, they look a little bit gangster, but whatever. I don't give a shit. Whatever. So anyway, so the winter tires are on.
What you need to do
but
to ultimate gangster it up is put your sub in there.
It's got a sub already.
What? A Range Rover sub?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably broken.
Got it's not broken, but yeah, it's in there already. So, mate, that thing's like a tank. It's fine. I don't know why you think everything breaks on it.
Because
Not
they
everything.
do?
No, because they don't. We'll come to your car in a minute, shall we? So anyway, bizarrely, I speak to him and I go, "Well, I've still got coolant leak on mine." I said, "I'm not going to talk to you about it yet because I want to figure out how bad it is." And he goes, "Oh, well, pop the hood." So we popped the hood. And we're looking, and he goes, "Did you figure out where it's coming from yet?" And I said, "No." And then as we looked, I went, "I think it's coming from that reservoir tank." He goes, "Oh, I've got a spare reservoir tank. You can have it, right?" So
Have it?
yeah, so he gave it to me.
It's feeling bad for you selling that Range Rover to you.
And it's been dude. I have no complaints about the Range Rover. Let's have this out then. Tell me why I should have a complaint about the Range Rover.
I'm just yanking your chain.
I'm asking you. Why?
I don't know. It's sooner or later it's going to cost you thousands.
Every car sooner or later costs thousands. I don't know what you're.
Mm.
Anyway, okay, all right. I'm not going to bring the subject of my cars up anymore. So bizarrely, anyway, I ended up coming from his place with a reservoir. He put a reservoir tank in that I gave him, and he gave me a reservoir tank that I put in. So I got that put in. Didn't take long, 10 minutes. So my car's fine.
A lot of tanking going on over there.
Oh my God, Neil! I fixed my car. It didn't cost anything.
Well, make the most of it, eh?
I will.
I'm yet to find out how much my car's going to cost to fix.
Well, go on.
Well, I thought I'd treat the Fiesta to a little tyre pressure pump up for the other day. I haven't done it in fuck knows how long. I honestly can't remember the last time I actually checked the tyre pressures on my car. So on Tuesday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to check all the tyres and pump them up if they need doing. So I took it to the Tesco's, paid my £1, put the tyre pressure
much?
in, 32 psi. Mine are all supposed to be all round. So I was like, that's nice and easy. Went round, first one, front left, as in the Formula One whatever configuration. They're not called that in real life, obviously. In
passenger front.
Well, it's near side, isn't it? Near side front.
Fuck
near
knows.
The curb, is
Passenger.
it? Near side's the curb side, isn't it? And offside's the middle of the road side. I think. That's the way it makes sense in my head, anyway.
Yeah, but it's not going to make sense in my head anyway because I got steering wheel on the
near
side.
No, but it would be the opposite side. So near side would be on the right hand side as you're driving, obviously.
I'm not paying much attention to the lefts or rights of this.
Anyway, so my front left, plugged it in.
There you go.
It was on 30, pumps it up to 32. So I moved back to the back one. That was on 24. I was like, ooh, hopefully it's going to feel a bit nicer on the ride when I get back to driving.
Oh, it'll be like on a cloud, mate. In that
both
Fiesta
the rears, yeah, tell me about it. Both the rears were in the 20s, and I was like, "Oh, that's not good. That's probably costing me, next to 50p over a fuel tank." And so the fronts were both like 30, and they just needed a little bit of a top up. So then later that day, in the dark, I have to drive my son to Luton. So I pulled off the drive, and I was like, "That sounds a bit weird." And then I moved the car again. I was like, no, I can't hear anything now. So anyway, on the way to Luton, it's fine. And then we're driving through Caddington, and I clonked a pothole in Caddington, and it felt like the fucking car was going to explode. It was just like a proper bang. It was fucking hell, that was bad. And I was like, I hope that hasn't done too much. Like, I hope that hasn't given me a puncture. But anyway, I carry on driving because the car feels fine. The car felt fine. The car felt fine.
When a car makes that much noise, you don't keep driving.
Anyway,
like
well, I
it
had
sounded
no
like
fucking choice. I
it
had to get to
sounded like
fucking
my car was exploding.
It wasn't.
So
No,
I kept
not the car.
going.
It was a proper loud bang, and then you feel it in the steering wheel, like bang. I was like, "Oh, that was quite a chunky one." And then it was like, but the car was still going fine. No weirdness in it. I was like,
you're not allowed to own the cars I own.
anyway, no, exactly. Tell me about it. If I was in the cash car, it wouldn't have been a fucking problem. It's got big fucking wheels. They don't, and they wouldn't have been flat.
Why?
Because they're good. They're good
So
tyres.
come on.
Because I've got fucking good tyres on the cash car. I haven't got shit tyres like I have on my Fiesta. So anyway.
What's happened to
I've got to Luton. Stopped, waited for her. Didn't fall asleep this time. Picks her up. On the way home, I'm like, car's pulling her to the left a bit. This doesn't feel great. But I was like, I wonder if I'd fucked my suspension when I hit the fucking pothole. Wasn't really thinking. And then, so got home, parked it up. Next morning, I pulled off the drive, reversed off the drive. I was like, that feels a bit weird. Drove up the road, I was like, this is really pulling to the left now. I'm like, what the fuck? So I stopped the car, got out and went, that tyre is flat as a fucking pancake. So
finally, the car says, thank you for getting out and looking at me.
Yeah, well, it was fucking the first time I'd been in the car and it wasn't pitch black. I'd even got home the night before and shined the torch up in the suspension thing. And I was like, that looks okay. Hadn't noticed, obviously, the tyre was fucking flat then. And then, no, I didn't even really look at the tyre properly, but you'd thought if it was properly flat, I might have noticed, but it wasn't. Or I didn't notice. But it was fucking pitch black. And like I say, the next day I got out and went, oh yeah.
Tyre pressure sensors were.
I don't have tyre pressure sensors on that car.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'd have fucking known about it straight away.
Cash Key would have those, though.
They have got those, yes. And my wife goes, it's got to like 29. Should I pump the tyres up? I'm like, for fuck's sake, it's 29, it's fine. She's like, I don't really want to drive it. I was like, it's literally 3 under what it's supposed to be. It's fine. Just pump them up when next time you get a chance.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fine. Mid-teens, you're fine. Just don't go on the highway.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so to continue. I was like, okay, great, that's proper flat. Managed to get the car back to the house. I was like, I was on the phone. Because there's no spare tyre in the fucking car, is there?
Oh my god!
Well, of course.
Why haven't you got a spare tyre?
It's got a fucking puncture repair kit, and I was like, I think it's beyond puncture repair kit tyre. To be honest.
No wonder you're beating me up all day long.
Anyway, so I crawled back home, and it sounded fine. So then I'm working 8 till 4:30 the last few days, so I can't even fucking look at it because it's fucking dark all the time. Like it's dark. I had to go to work early in the morning, and it's basically dark until I leave. And when I get home, it's fucking dark.
Haven't you got a big light you could take out there?
Not really, but anyway, I have seen it in the daytime and gone, yeah, it's flat, and then I've had to go to work. So tomorrow is the day where I have a look at it and I'll jack it up and take the wheel off and see how fucked the alloy is or not before I book in a replacement tyre.
Well, have you pumped it up since it was flat?
No. It's just
why not?
Because I haven't fucking been today, but it's been dark and I ain't had time.
Sorry, you can't pump your
Well,
tyres
I can,
up
but then
at
I
your
still
house.
can't fucking see anything because it's dark.
You sound like my daughter with 100 excuses for not doing shit.
I'm doing
Why
it
not just
Saturday.
go pump? But what are you doing Saturday? Pumping it up
It's
where?
daytime, so I can
No, but
see.
listen-
If it goes up, if I pump it up and it's flat again in the daytime, and I can jack it up and take the fucking thing off in the daytime.
Right, but if you
And
pump
expects
it up
the
now,
rim.
listen to me. Sorry, you're not letting me finish here. Just let me finish, okay? What means do you have to pump your tire up?
What I do have in my car, which I discovered, is it came with a compressing, it's like a plug into the cigarette
one of those tiny
compressor thing.
right.
So
So plug it in, go in, make yourself a cup of
What,
tea.
do you want to
and
go
come
and do it
back.
now?
Well, I don't understand why you haven't done that, right? Because then you would come
Because,
back
what am I
to the
gonna do?
tire like
What am I going to do about
Then
it? It's
you'll
not going
know-
to change anything until Saturday
course
when
it
I can
is.
actually take the wheel off.
stop for a second, okay? If you pump it up now, you can come back to your car the next morning and go, is my tire still
I suspect it's
full,
going to be
or-
flat, is what I'm thinking. So
Right, but this is the point. You're suspecting. Why not pump it up? Go use your little compressor that you have, and I'm sure you could use it in the dark. I'm sure you could.
yeah,
right?
but it's just a fucking pain in
And-
the ass.
Right. So, but what might
And
have
it's been
happened is,
snowing.
but what might have happened is you hit the pothole so hard, and I'm not a tire expert, but it just pushed the tire off the rim. All the air comes out, and your tire's flat. It might be okay, right?
Yeah, I'm suspecting it probably won't be, but
Right. But what's going to happen is
It's
you're
a
going to
job for
pump it up on.
Saturday.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Stop
it's
shouting.
too fucking late
okay?
now. It's too late now.
No, listen. No, but listen to me, right? What might happen is you pump it up on Saturday, nothing happens, and you're like, "Oh, it's fine," right? And then it comes to the evening, but you won't check it because it's dark, right? It's like, I don't know.
Well,
Like-
I think it's probably going to just go blow air everywhere when I try and pump it up. But
Right. It might do.
but yeah, I like to do things in the daytime when I can see what's going on.
Yeah, it just seems odd that you wouldn't pump it up just nighttime. It's not a big deal.
I think it's
right?
odd that you didn't start, but
Well, I know. Looking back, I was
How
looking
hard is
back,
it for
I'm
your
like,
wife to get you to do things?
I really should have fucking stopped then, and I should have done this, and I should have done that. Looking back in hindsight, I was like, I should have fucking put
Yeah.
2 and 2 together a lot quicker than I did. But for some reason, I was just like, no, man, I've got to get to where I'm going. And I had that time when I was at my son's football, I could have got out and actually had a fucking look at it, but I didn't.
You can claim off the council if it's actually damaged it, but
Yeah,
local-
well, anyway, I've been looking at alloys. Anyway, just in case.
Getting ready to throw money at the solution.
Fucking £218 for a new
Dude,
wheel.
you don't even know you need
I don't
that.
know. I
mean,
need to
this
be
is what's
prepared.
crazy.
I need to be prepared.
How about preparing yourself by blowing the fucking tire up? What
That's
is
what I'm
wrong
doing
with
tomorrow.
you?
We've got another car, so it's fine.
Fucking excuses.
I'm
I've
doing it
never seen
tomorrow.
anyone.
So this is another extra week of content for the show. When I find
Oh
out
my
tomorrow what the
God.
fuck's gone on. But yeah, and you like briefly spoke about it, and you were like, "Yeah, a second-hand one." And I looked at fucking it. I'd already looked at eBay, and there was like none of the one that I have. They've got one that's quite similar.
Why on earth would you go on eBay? Go something local.
Like
Ask
what?
around. Fucking whatever. Facebook Marketplace. Find local people selling them.
Facebook
Die
fucking
down the road on.
marketplace. I don't go on Facebook.
Okay. All right.
And I looked on Gumtree. They didn't have any either. Is
Dude,
Gumtree
no one
still a
fucking
thing?
uses. Oh my god. Dave, sort him out for fuck's sake.
Anyway, I just like, it's a fucking Saturday problem. I'm not dealing with that today.
Right, but if you don't have a spare tire, what are you gonna do?
When?
Yeah,
What am I
I
gonna
don't
do
know.
when?
Anyway, I forget. I
Anyway.
don't want to talk about it anymore.
So, inspecting the wheels tomorrow. Well, a wheel tomorrow. I got.
Can we have some updates?
It looked
please?
okay from what I could see in the dark, but yeah.
If only
hopefully.
there was a way to find out if it still leaks.
I could have pumped it up, I suppose, but I didn't.
But what would you have achieved?
I didn't do that because I was just like, I'm not dealing with that. I don't even want to fucking think about it until the
Mate.
weekend.
Yeah, but it's a time thing, right? That's the thing. You need the air in the tire so that you can see if you have a slow leak, right?
Maybe I don't.
it's there for
I
three-
suspect not, but there we go. So
Anyway.
the more I think about it, I was like, oh, it's fucked. I know it's going to be fucked because that was a right bang. And everything,
I
like,
hate
on a little
like that.
bump, it was just
First-
like, bang. I was like, oh, that's not right. That's not right.
Yeah, that's what killed my first Jag was a pothole like that. Knocked the suspension out of alignment.
Well, that's what I was thinking all the time. I was like, oh, it's the suspension's fucked. The suspension's fucked. Brrr, and that's what kept going through my head. And then, and when I got back home, like I said, I thought, oh, it's just a flat tire. Maybe it would have been all right if I'd fucking went out and pumped it up. I don't know. But I didn't do that because we were on time. It's all fucking time.
What? What's
I
time?
had to be there in such and such a time to get there. So
More excuses.
it's more stupid thinking. I was like,
Got a bag of
what happened?
excuses next to
I
your
was just
desk
like,
there.
I was just being a dickhead, basically. Should have fucking stopped and checked
Okay,
it.
you should have done. What are we gonna do with you?
I don't know why. I was just convinced that a fucking suspension was fucked. I don't know why. I didn't even think about the fucking tyre being fucking flat. Because I'd fucking pumped the tyres up that day. I was like, well, it ain't the tyres. Because I just fucking pumped them up.
Well, you don't
And
know
I
what
ain't
it
done
is
that for
anyway.
fucking ages.
Well, you don't know what it is yet, so you'll find out tomorrow. Okay. Cars. A
You might
necessary
have
evil.
you might have saved your rims. You actually might have saved them if the fact that you pumped them up beforehand. If you'd have hit that with low tire pressure,
Well, it wasn't even that
Yeah.
fucking low, that one. That's what I think. That's what I mean. It was like it was 30 and it went up to 32 when I pumped it up. So it wasn't even low.
But that's what Dave is saying anyway, right? At least it was it may be just that you hit it so hard you just deflated the tire.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
oh, mate.
You
I
might
was
be
like,
all right.
fuck me. That was a right bang. I was like, fuck.
But they can be fixed too, right? You can weld it if it's got a crack.
I don't know if it's cracked. It's just, I don't know if it's got a big fuck off.
I know
dent
you
on the
don't know if
inside.
it's cracked. You don't know anything.
to be honest, mate, like his wheel could be completely concaved.
Yeah, exactly. On the inside, I don't know what the fuck it looks like. That's the problem.
Well, did you have any wobble?
Wobble? No, that's what I mean. I was like, it's pulling to the left a bit, but that's what I mean. It was going.
That's because the tire was flat, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I realise
But if
that
you
now,
did-
but I was convinced in my head it was fucking suspension. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, I
You
just got to
probably
get
have to
home. I
get
just got
another-
to get home.
Yeah, you might have to get an alignment done too.
Yeah.
I would
We'll
highly
see.
recommend that because if we'll see.
I'm
tire's
not
getting
happy
changed.
with
No, like,
myself.
just-
I've
just-
had
let me
a
just
word
do
with
it.
myself several times
Okay.
afterwards.
I just want you to listen to this though, okay? And just this is just a little bit of something for you, right? When you get your tire fixed, take your fucking car for an alignment. Okay? I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna go in, it's fixed, it's fine, it's whatever, like that.
Yeah,
and then
right.
in 3 months, what's gonna happen is your tires are gonna be shredded.
Yes,
Right? If your
yes.
alignment's out. Take it for an alignment. It
I
may
was
save
like-
you hundreds.
Shall I phone the garage? I was like, it's going to be embarrassing if I phone the garage.
Why?
Because they'll be like, why would you keep driving your car?
They'll be like,
like-
have you pumped it up? And you're like, no, it's dark.
No, I'm waiting.
Just
Like I say, I'm just waiting till daytime. So have a look.
You-
I want to
you-
see.
They don't need the full story. Just need
No,
look.
so,
I
I think
hit
there's
a
something wrong with my
pole.
wheel.
You don't
Oh,
even need to
do
go to
that.
your. You don't
Don't
even
do
need
that.
to go to your garage anyway. Sort your wheel out and go to the wheel people for wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the wheel off, and just drive to a wheel place and go. Can you look at this wheel for me? And they'll tell you within five or 10
Can't
minutes.
drive with
whether it's
3
fucked or
wheels.
not. Anyway. Dave, we're not going to make 251 at this rate, are we? Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there you go. Well, the things I go through for the show, see, I could have just kept that to myself, but I put it out there. Or I was a fucking twat. If you go through
I
a
know I
pothole
put
and it
my
makes a
shit out
massive
there,
bang,
and I fucking feel like
stop
I put
your
my
car
shit
and
out
have a
there, and
look
I
at your
get
tyre.
beaten up for it.
well, you know, like you didn't fucking beat me up. You know, that's what we're here for.
You need
It's bants,
Yeah, it's
mate. It's all the bants.
it is for bants.
Praxel says,
Discovered-
congrats on 250. Keep up the good work. Was that good work?
We're well
I don't know.
beyond that now, Quaxel. All right, let's move on. Dave,
Cool.
Save us.
Nothing quite as
Dave's
exciting as that.
practically asleep.
No. I don't know if anyone's heard of Rivals, the TV show.
No, I don't think so.
yes, I think
It's-
No, wait, wasn't that video game Rivals? That's a new one, isn't it?
The
video-
Rivals.
New.
No, this is a TV show. On Disney Plus, I think it is. With Dave Tennant.
Hang on. My
uh,
wife's watched this, I think. This is the 80s TV thing, isn't it?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
it's about the franchise of ITV. It's a pretend company. But it's like Granada or
Oh, yes.
Um,
Granada.
or one of
Central.
those. Yeah, central. Basically,
Anglia. Or
We had
Yes,
we had
Anglia.
Anglia.
Thames, we had Thames TV.
Yeah.
Oh, you fancy
So-
London
so
folk.
Why? What did you have?
Anglia,
we had
where we are.
Angler. Yeah,
Oh, you guys had
Oh,
Anglia.
Anglia goes right out to Northampton, does it? Wow.
yeah. We were the very west. Well,
It's
basically-
basically verging on Central,
Yes, yeah.
which
yeah,
is a little
well,
bit
yeah.
northern, if you think about it.
Yeah.
What was it the weekend? What did you have at the weekend? We had London Weekend Television.
Oh no, we didn't fucking have that fancy change shit that you have. You fancy London folk have, where you have a different ITV at the weekends than you have in the week.
You fancy London folk with your fucking
With your
filled up
two
tires.
ITVs.
But it's following the story of the CEO of this made up company. I can't remember what it's called, Corona or something.
Corona. Where did they get the idea for that name?
I don't bloody know. No, this is an old book by Gilly Cooper.
Oh
who-
God. Well, we know what happens in
It's,
those
Oh,
books.
Sex and Horses.
It's Sex and Horses. Yeah. It's Sex and Horses, basically. It's really good though, actually. It's a really
Is it a modern remake of it then?
it's a
What's
old
it called? Sorry.
book. Rivals.
Oh, Jilly Cooper Rivals. Yeah, I remember. Was that the one with the? Yeah, she had all the. Do you remember the books from when we were younger? You must remember the
Well,
books.
I
She
feel
always
like
said,
they were for old ladies.
they were always
I
a
was
sex
young.
scene in them, and they were always the picture at the front was always something like a stiletto on a hand or something like that. You know, all that kind of-
Riding
a
trousers.
riding crop. Yeah.
A whip.
but-
Hey.
Yeah. But it's got a fantastic cast, but the outstanding actor is Danny Dyer, who plays a character.
What, as in
who-
Oh yeah.
which
as in
Danny
the-
Dyer? The male Danny Dyer or the
the
female?
male, yes, the dad, the Cockney.
Is he doing a Cockney or is he like?
A little bit. He's like Essex-ish.
Yeah.
But he actually plays this character really fucking well. And it's it's probably Gilly Cooper who's written
It's all
him,
down to the excellent writing, I'm assuming.
but he actually plays it really well. He's a fantastic character in it. Obviously, who else is? What's it called? David Tennant. He's good as well. He plays a really good baddie in it. And yeah, it seemed like every time my daughter walked into the room, there was a sex scene going
Well,
on. So you couldn't even fucking pause it. So
Well, you could have just done it in the daytime.
but no, it's a really worthwhile watch, actually. It's like 8 or 10 episodes. They're about an hour long each. Yeah, it's brilliant. Watch it. Check it out.
Nah.
No, honestly, it's good.
It's TV for girls.
Well, my missus
It is in this house anyway.
The missus did paint the picture of and she said, porn's for blokes, Gilly Cooper's for girls, and
Yeah, right.
yeah, and that's how they get their rocks off.
They get fluffed.
Yeah. So there's that. I watched Chinny's live stream.
Oh yeah.
I've seen him
I
for
was
a
on
bit as
there.
well.
Took him a little
Yeah.
bit of time to get going in the morning, but then once he did, he had he did a good job.
Yeah. So he raised. I'm not sure how much he raised in the end, but I know he did.
They definitely beat their target. I remember that much.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, I think. So,
The lad did well.
yeah.
He did
Yeah.
really well. I
Yeah,
can't
so-
even begin to imagine how much hard work that was. So fair play to
Well,
him.
and the revelation from the start, it was it was
Yeah, the guy
they-
Andy, poor Andy, passed away that night,
yeah. So
like literally a few hours before. So
I know it's
full on.
crazy. So
Yeah.
no, well done, Chinny. Done an awesome job. Well done. So other than that, I've been messing around with my new camera. I've done a few motorbike rides with it on. I don't know if you've seen. I shared it.
I watched it.
I felt like I'd done 2 videos. One, it was mounted pretty shit, and I actually uploaded it, and I uploaded it as a full 360 video. I didn't realize, but you can move around and look. Like, I'd spent ages doing loads of editing and like putting where the camera's going to be and showing what I want to do, where the camera should be pointing. And I uploaded it, and it was a 360
But what if you had
video.
a VR headset? You could have like
If you had a
sat
VR
in
headset,
there
you
and
could
like
look around,
around.
or you could just go on use the mouse and you could actually
Yeah.
move the camera wherever you want. And I thought that's pretty cool. That's not what I wanted to do.
Right.
So I done and I did it, and I was really annoyed. The headset paired with the device, but it
Your, as
didn't
in
pair
like
properly.
your
My
microphone.
headset in my helmet, um, it paired, but no sound was coming out whatsoever. And I read into it, and it's a problem with some headsets that they haven't set the Bluetooth up
Is your
correctly
headset
on
in your
the.
helmet then?
Yes.
It's built
Yeah.
in.
Well, the bit on the outside is controlling it, but I've got speakers and a mic inside both my
Ah.
helmets. So both got a different headset. So it's a specific issue with this one type of headset that I've got. So I use my other helmet on the second one, and the audio is fine. But I'm going to do another one without any audio. Well, without any microphone audio. Just do one with the noise of the engine and the outside.
Yes.
That's hopefully I should get out of the weekend and do that. But yeah, had fun doing that.
Yeah, it looks pretty mental. I mean, is that the one we watched that got uploaded as a 360?
No,
The one I
I've done
watched, because
yeah,
it
the one you watched.
changes, doesn't it? So it gets some really
It's
weird,
weird.
freaky angles
Yeah.
on that. Yeah.
So I was more sort of messing about with that one and seeing what the sort of the views, because you can pull the view right out and make it as a basically a sphere, because it's a 360
Hmm.
Yeah, that's when it goes really weird.
and yeah, it looks very odd.
But the amount of times, like, it's like, you're heading straight for that vehicle, and it's obviously in the outside lane. It's just really like, oh, that's really too close.
So you've got to get a real good balance of like pulling the camera back to see, to sort of getting a perspective of like how fast or what you're doing and what you can see, and then like narrowing that view in, like to sort of get a perspective of the road and like lean angle and everything like that. But yeah, you've got to mess about with it, because sometimes it doesn't look right. Yeah, when I was in the editing, what I thought was moving the camera in a quick way. So in one shot, I'd pull the camera right back. I didn't realize that it was taken from the previous view, and it was taking its time to move back to that angle. And yeah, it's just learning points on it.
Yeah.
But been fun messing about with it. But yeah. Which brings it on to the next point: is it's been snowing in the UK. If
Yay.
if you didn't realise.
Oh my god! When was it?
How much
was
snow
it
have you
first?
got?
No, it's got none.
Oh my god, can you imagine if you just get a massive dump of snow and Neil cannot fix his tire for the whole winter?
That is not happening. I can guarantee that.
What?
But
The
this
snow, or you
morning-
fixing your tire?
Well, the snow's definitely not happening. The other one, maybe.
But yeah,
Did you go
Tuesday-
out? Did you venture out to? When did it first snow? Was that yesterday? Tuesday. Was it as long ago as
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, we had a
I
good
don't
amount.
think
of
we
snow
had.
on
I'm not
Tuesday.
sure we had any. No, we didn't have snow Tuesday. We didn't. Have
Did
snow
you not?
Tuesday. No, I don't think so.
No, we did. We had quite a lot of snow here. Actually, to be honest, to be fair, the council was mainly prepared for it, so it was good.
Oh, good for
getting all the-
Northamptonshire Town Council.
Oh
Tell me about it.
no. And then it kind of went away by Wednesday sort of morning, so
Actually,
that was not too bad. And then we
I'm
did have
thinking
a
back, Dave. I was parked up outside at the school where my son does his football training on Tuesday nights. A grit spreader came into the fucking car park.
fucking hell.
I was like, oh,
And covered all the cars
that's
in
bizarre.
salt.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, no. And then we had a little bit more yesterday morning.
Well,
Thursday
Friday
morning.
morning we had this morning we had snow. I wasn't expecting,
Right.
and obviously I wasn't driving my car to work. I was driving Lou's car to work. So I'm taking my daughter to work for 8 o'clock this morning. So I was yelling like, "We need to leave a bit early because of the weather." Blah blah blah. We're both supposed to be in at 8 o'clock, right? So we leave. Only literally takes 5 minutes to get there. So we leave at 1:45. And it snowed where we are. We've got a little bit of a hill to get up to the sort of first road that main road that we have to get to. So I get up there, not a problem. Turn onto that bit of road, and then I get like 50 meters down that road. There's a car stopped in front of me, and in front of that, there's a car pulled over to the left. There's a white Fiesta, older Fiesta than mine, gradually moving, and then just decides to stop in the middle of the fucking road. I'm like, and there's one of my neighbours is a little bit further down, like walking around. And I'm like, he's chatting to some guy, and I'm like, he starts walking up. So I wind them into it's like, what the fuck's going on then? He's like, well, there's a car. You know the house that's just had the extension built? I was like, yeah. He goes, well, there's a car. Nearly went into the extension. It's basically gone into the wall they built to stop cars going into the extension. Like, literally just like into the, because it's just sliding everywhere. And
So
I'm
what do you
like,
think happens? Do people just go out in it and just go, the roads are the same as normal?
No, I don't think so. No, because they were clearly
I
like,
think
mate, I'm going to tell you, right? It didn't look that bad, right? But I was literally fucking creeping along, like as slow as you can move, and I could feel the back end going. I was like, what the fuck?
Okay.
So
So did it look like snow?
It
Had
was
it like
snow.
basically
It
gone
was-
to snow ice, right?
No,
Yeah,
it was just looks like snow,
compressed or
like slightly compressed snow. It didn't even look that bad. It's not thick
I think,
or
the, I
anything.
think no, but I think the problem is, and we don't really experience it too often because our plows are ready, right? So as soon as it
Yeah.
snows, they're out. But I think if the snow doesn't get plowed straight away and gets compressed, then
Yeah.
fuck,
Well, I think if
you're
you'd
in
got out
trouble, right?
early, you were fine. But a few, literally, like the handful of, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 cars that had gone over it, just compressed it enough to make it extremely fucking deadly.
Right.
It was
Okay.
mental because I was like, when it started doing that, I was like, this is mental. I'm hardly moving, and my fucking back end's going. This is ridiculous. So I
Plus
just
you don't
managed
have
to.
snow tires, right?
No,
So, yeah.
exactly. I pulled it over, managed to get it to park it at the side of the road. I was like, fuck this now, I'm leaving the car here. We're going to walk to work. Pulled the fucking park brake on, got out of the car, and like my daughter was like, Dad, the car's moving. I was like, what the fuck? It was like the park brake was on, we'd got out of the car, and the car started fucking moving. I was like, that's fucking mental. What the fuck? I was like, get out of the car, I'm not fucking leaving the car here because it could be anywhere by the time I come back to it. So
Well,
I managed to
not only that,
like
is that
really
people
slowly
fucking-
reverse, and there's loads of people queuing up, and there's a guy in a fucking stupid Ford Ranger, just like, oh, I'm fucking man. He comes past everyone. I'm like, what are you fucking doing, you twat? There's fucking cars everywhere. Why do you think you're going to get through? And he just parked on the other side of the road. I was like, great, nice one, mate. You're just blocking the road. Why didn't you fuck off somewhere else? Twats with a fucking big car.
Oh Jesus, these fucking guys.
Yeah, people in Range Rovers and shit like that think they're just like, oh, I can fucking deal with this. Absolute wankers.
And then
So
wonder why,
anyway,
like,
I managed to
people-
reverse.
Did I
the
tell you
car.
about when I went to Burger King the other day?
Did someone call you a wanker?
No, I was in Burger King and I went to get out of the car park and I couldn't. And I turned around. The car park was really weird. Anyway, I went round and it wasn't an exit out of the car parky bit that I was at. So I drove over the drive-through. Right. My wife.
Proper wanker move.
No, I mean, I was like,
You wouldn't have done that in the Jag.
I would. No, I definitely wouldn't have. No.
Oh, mate. Yeah, it was absolutely insane this morning. I was like, I can't believe it doesn't look. It looks completely nothing, but it's like the most dangerous I think I've ever seen a road. But if I could have got like another 50 yards down the road, it was completely fine. It was just this bit of road was fucking like a death trap. I was like, this is mental.
Well, you need to ask the council for a salt bin.
Well, there are salt bins, but
That's
they're
not-
usually all the
Go on.
folk have nicked the salt out of them.
Yeah, have that for my driveway.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. Not the folk who are out locally, folk who come round, move about a bit,
Folk.
move about a
Salt
bit,
dealers.
folk.
The borrowers.
Yes, well, you know the borrowers came from Leighton Buzzards. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that from the
The
buzz.
woman who wrote the borrowers Came from Leighton Buzzard. Her house is part
Yeah.
of one of the schools downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Big fucking house. She obviously did all right.
What's her name?
Fucking can't remember. She's not a local legend like Spud.
Spud's the man.
He is.
All right, what else we got?
That's it.
God, we've been talking for ages and we haven't done anything proper.
All right, well, we're gonna have to race through the games then.
I do need
A comfort break.
a comfort break.
You haven't even been
Alright.
drinking, Dave.
Wow, I know, but
He's not. He's gonna nip out down the offie.
He's got deliveries delivering his beers, finally.
I wish. Back a sec.
All right.
Oh,
Are we taking an official pee break here?
I guess so.
Okay,
I
we're
need to
going
pee,
off
so I just
for
gotta see.
2 minutes.
Do it when he's not looking.
Were.
Are you back?
Yes. Do you want to
All
put
right,
a little
welcome
pause
back.
in there?
Yeah, no, I'll just figure it out.
Well, there was a pause there just for you.
Are we live again?
Huh?
Remember how professional this is, everyone.
Huh?
All right, let's go on then to some video games.
Hang on,
You know,
can I
I'll
just
start.
before you move on, Arnie's subbed again, and he's now subbed for 130 episodes. He says he's still waiting for the 4090 giveaway.
One
When we
day,
get to
Arnie.
4090 episodes,
We're still
then
working on
maybe
it.
we'll do it.
Right. We'll just go one each then, shall we? I'll start with Astrobot. I got Astrobot from the library. I loaded up Astrobot. Astrobot started singing at me with all its Astrobotness, and then I switched off Astrobot because there's no way I wanted to play Astrobot. So,
What? Did you not play the? You played the tech demo Astrobot that came with the PS5, right?
Played the tech demo Astrobot. It's very good. I like, it's very good for what it is, and I see how it's very good for what it is. I find it insanely too happy and
You're just dead
in
inside.
your face. It's full on Astrobot.
Full on of joy of PlayStation. You're just such an Xbox. They can't enjoy.
I don't like everything about Astrobot. There's certain things when Astrobot changes, like to the. I mean, the bounce. Some of the stuff is pretty good. I get it, right? But anyway, the point is, I'm sure if I went and played the Astrobot game, yes, it's going to have loads of cool stuff in it. If more of the same, obviously.
I don't think it is more of the same. I think it's more of lots of different things.
More of lots of different things, yeah. Okay, but with lots of Astrobotness. I was thinking about it because obviously it's a good game. I know this, you know this. People who play Astrobot are probably and like
People
it,
who
probably
have played a bit
scream-
more of Astrobot probably more
bit more of
realise
Astrobot
more.
than me are screaming at me and all that sort of stuff. But you know what I think the problem is? I'm not getting to rent these things when I want to play them. I'm having to get them from the library
you
when the library
can.
says you're ready for it. It's here for you now. And so I didn't want to play Astrobot last week.
Have you had to take it back already?
So I had to take it back.
Oh, do you know what?
Which I did take back with the Doomsday Clock, which I was reading, which I probably should have talked about.
Doomsday Clock. That doesn't
So
sound very
Doomsday-
joyful. Maybe that's why he put
Doomsday-
you in a bad mood and you didn't want to play Astrobot.
I'm not going to talk about Doomsday Book. I'll talk about it next week, maybe. Anyway,
Wait. Ooh, I've gone into
what were
the
you
right
saying?
one. I was just saying, it's Black Friday, isn't it? So
Maybe
I
I'll
don't
buy
know if
Astrobot.
Astrobot's on sale, is what I'm thinking.
I doubt it. Too new.
Probably. And too popular is the problem.
So I didn't really get on with
Do
Astrobot.
you know what? It is on sale for 15% off on
Wow.
the digital
Be
store.
still my beating heart.
£50.99 instead of £59.99.
Well, look, Astrobot is out. I think I will go pick it up again. And what's going to happen is I'll go to the library in a year's time and I'll be looking around. I go, what if they got in? And then I'll see Astrobot and I go, yes, now I want to play Astrobot.
But
So-
if you'd have got a Super Mario game, maybe the latest 3D Super Mario game, would you have gone, fuck it, I'm just going to play this? because of it's Mario.
Maybe. Nah, I think there's certainly the same thing because I had that Zelda game, right? Zelda Echo one, which I would love to play more.
Yeah, but
of.
that's not a Link. That's not a Zelda game, is it?
No,
It's a
but
Zelda game, but it's not a Zelda game. My fault.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a game with
Maybe.
Zelda in, but you play as Zelda.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a
yeah,
Zelda game.
certainly, if there was there would have been games that I probably would have been into no matter what. I don't know.
If it was like the
I don't know.
latest 3D Super Mario game, would you have gone, yeah, fuck it, I don't care, mate. I'm ready for this because they've just brought it out, and so I'm ready.
Probably. I don't like Astro Bot as much
Because
as I like Super Mario.
You've got,
Somebody said the other.
Somebody
Said in one. Yeah, I know. Somebody in one thing said Astro Bot is better than Super Mario.
Well, they're
right?
just mental,
Whatever.
obviously.
It's the most insane statement I've ever heard.
Apart from not stopping after hitting a pothole, obviously.
Or not pumping up your tire. Why wouldn't you do that? I don't know.
You sounded pretty, shocked. I mean, not actually doing that.
Why wouldn't you do that? I don't know.
Well, I honestly don't know either. I haven't think about it. Oh, anyway, let's move on.
Anywho, shall I just carry on? Because I'll tell you one of the reasons I didn't play Astro Bot was because I was playing Silent Hill 2.
Ooh.
So I know Silent. See, that's the thing.
Different tone.
Yeah, and I think, look, I'm asking for a bit of leniency from the audience here. I know it comes over that I just don't give a shit about any games anymore. I do give a shit about games, right? And Silent Hill 2. The thing about Silent Hill 2 is actually I wouldn't be going back to Silent Hill 2 if I hadn't made a promise to my son that I would finish it. So I'm going to finish it. I can fire it up whenever I want. Saturday morning was brilliant. I got up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to play Silent Hill 2. It was early in the morning. No one was around. I could
Seems like
just
the wrong
focus
time
on
of
it.
day to be playing a Silent Hill game.
Yeah, but you know when is the wrong time of day to play Silent Hill 2? When you
it's
guys
hunt
are around
time.
to play
Yeah.
Hunt. When it's Hunt time, right? That's fucking a major barrier to a lot of game playing.
You're going to have to get back to your youth when you be able to stay up past 9 p.m. and play video games.
Because back
like
in my
horror
youth, I
games.
didn't. Yeah, but in my youth, I didn't have to get up at 6 a.m. to go to work, right?
You don't have to get up at 6 a.m., do you? You don't even have to go anywhere to go to work.
I do. I have to
What,
go.
do you have to go to that room that you're in now?
Go to places. You don't understand.
I don't understand. You're correct.
Right.
Why aren't you staying up till
Anyway.
2 in the morning and just getting up at 5 to whatever time, 5 to 9, and then just walking into your office in the States?
Because I don't start. My job doesn't start at 9, right? My job starts when I start. Whenever I start.
When
So
you
if
get
I
up
have
at
work to do,
6.
Yeah, sometimes I get up and I work.
Well, if you got up at
early,
9,
right?
it would just start at 9.
Yeah, but the working world is. But I'll be getting calls well before 9. I don't know what fucking you. Just the UK. I think I used to work 9 to 5 in the UK. Is that a thing? Like basically nothing starts happening until 9 in the UK.
Well, not
Is
for
that
me,
right?
because I work in a retail environment, so everything's weird.
Anyway, Silent Hill 2.
Fred, I get up at 6:45 every morning.
Right, it's not just me, is it?
No,
I think
I take the dogs out. I take the
yeah,
daughters
exactly.
to school.
Yeah, I got dogs to do, dishwashers to empty, shit to do, man.
Silent Hill 2 is playing on the stream. I don't know why we're not talking about it.
Because you derailed us. Anyway,
did.
so yes.
This is just distraction
Honestly,
from the
I
fact that you
swear
have
you've
played
become
about
my
10 minutes
You
of Silent
really
Hill
have
2.
become my nemesis. I don't know what it is. I
This
love
is how
it.
you get to 250 episodes and more. Because we stretched like 10 minutes of gameplay into 3 weeks of content.
Silent Hill 2. I played it again on Saturday morning. It was good. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It doesn't seem to be a lot going on in that. In fact, there really wasn't a lot going on because I played it again for another few hours and I still remained in like this, but you're in this basically small little crisscross of about 4 streets. That's it. But it has you running around, going and looking for stuff, and you got to beat up the same bad guy every 5 minutes. I mean, on paper, as I was playing it, I was like, on paper, this... Right. On paper, I was like, this is shit. I said, but I'm more than happy just wandering around in this sort of weirdly... I mean...
Grim.
Yeah, I don't know.
Grim environment?
It's all right. I mean...
Do you know what you should play?
Elden Ring.
Well, you should play that as well. But there's a game. Yes, you should play that. And veteran gamers should fucking go back and play that properly instead of playing it for a half an hour and playing one part of it and missing the entire point of the game. But there we go. Alan Wake 2. Another 2 game.
Yeah. No, I will play that. That is definitely on it to play. Is that out on PlayStation, PS5? Yeah, I checked. No, I checked the library. They don't have it, which is fine. I'll buy it.
It's on
when it comes
sale
down.
at the moment.
Surprised me with the budget price that it's on.
I don't know. I haven't looked, but I assume it's pretty cheap on Epic.
Anyway, I'm going to finish. I'll finish Silent Hill 2 first. That's the goal. Finish Silent Hill 2. I made a promise that I would finish it.
They're not long. They weren't long games, were they? Those things like Resident Evil, all of those, they don't really take that long to play.
I'm not too sure. Actually, it is Actually, I am having a bit of trouble right now. It is. Yeah, it's Resident Evil without guns. If you could imagine anything worse. I mean, it gets worse on paper the more you talk about it, right?
Is this got Pyramid Head in it? Is that?
I think so. I haven't found him yet. If he's in it, I never played Silent Hill back in the day. So if anybody's expecting me to compare it to the old originals, I can't. I imagine the old originals are old and shit. Right? We know this to be true. Like all old games are shit.
Old games are bad. Yeah.
Old games are old. Right? Yeah. We know this.
I don't know what this guy is doing in this fucking stream watch. He keeps smacking a plank with nails tapped into the ground. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, that's as far as I've got, really. But I've remarkably enjoyed the couple of hours I've had with that board.
It's atmospheric.
It's very atmospheric.
It's got vibes.
Yeah, and it looks great. So they've done a really good job.
Have you seen the mod? Have you seen the mod that removes all the fog? It shows you how absolutely amazing the game looks without the fog.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned that before. I think you mentioned
it. I have mentioned that before.
Yeah, but I would like to have a look at that once
you're finished.
Yeah. So Silent Hill 2, been playing that. So I'm hopefully going to continue with that. Sorry, Astrobot, but Silent Hill 2.
Maybe another time, Astrobot. Not right now.
Another time for sure.
Silent Hill 2. Legs on legs.
All right. Someone else want to go next? Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, well, Dave, why don't you go, and then we'll go on a reverse on Neil's.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense. You just tell me what's going on next. That'd be great.
I will. Yeah.
So, Dungeon Crawler.
Yeah. Which you've played before.
We played the demo before.
I played a lot of the demo. The game got released today.
Huzzah!
Well, in early access. But I've been playing quite a bit of it today. It's honestly, it's a fucking fantastic dungeon crawler, and a claw machine, and a little bit pachinko, and sort of
turn-based tactics. Is it?
It's not card building, but it's like it's tactics. You build a way of getting through the whole dungeon. I've done a couple of runs already. I've beat it a couple of times. You unlock different characters when you go through, either doing various challenges while you're playing, or actually just beating it with specific characters. It's really good. Yeah, like they've actually expanded a lot on the demo. There's lots.
You played a lot. I mean, you could play a lot of the demo. So what?
Yeah,
he was playing a lot. You were. There was at least 2 times in the show you were talking about.
More than the demo.
So they've changed how the routes through. You can have multiple different routes through the actual dungeon itself now.
Like Slay the Spire kind of. Yeah. You get to choose what comes next.
You get to choose. You can either choose different routes, which might include different mini games, or a way of removing certain items from your claw machine, or adding items, or upgrading them. Or there's lots of different sort of random games, but you can get some health back, or you can have different items, sort of special items adding to your deck claw machine. It's really good.
So
how much was it for the full game?
How much is it? Oh gosh, it's not much.
You literally played today, Dave.
Like a budget title, like a $5 or a $10 or something.
So it's on sale at the moment for £7.65.
You greedy bastards. What was it? Is that a 10% discount early?
10% discount, yeah. It's £8.50.
Wow. How much is Balatro?
God knows.
Balatro at the
A lot,
moment
wasn't a
is
lot.
£3.99.
Balatro is
£3.99.
$3.99. Really?
Oh, sorry, that's a potato. Sorry,
What? It was never that cheap.
I know
Anyway,
Balatro. I don't know how much Balatro is anymore.
I think it's about 10 or something.
so do we have a roadmap for the early access? What's going to come in the future, or what they're planning to add? Maybe that's not there now.
Not that I can see. Let's have a look.
What's with the point of early access is there's usually more to come at some
Yeah.
point.
There's about 8 or 9 different characters.
Okay.
At the moment, only 4 is unlocked from the start. But I've unlocked a
So do you
couple
have
already.
like a similar to Slay the Spire? Depending on who you choose to play as, you
Yeah.
have like a different.
Yeah, you want to spec in a
Skill
different
set.
way because different characters are like a strength based or defense based or let's have a look.
There's one of the ones in Slay the Spire, like was it poisons or something? It was lots of poisons stacking and stuff, weren't there?
Yeah, poison is a very strong way to build characters for all of the different characters in this. So yeah, as long as you can get the decent drops and the items, yeah.
So the random aspects to this, if I remember correctly, is what gets dropped in the claw machine.
Yep.
And
So,
how and how it's dropped and how it drops in the claw machine and how you pick it out of the claw machine.
You
right?
have items that can drop into the claw machine, and then the randomness is how well you pick them up. You
Like a
have
real claw machine.
like a real claw machine,
It's
but
like,
you
do you
have
ever get to the thing where you're like, I've nailed this, and it picks up absolutely fuck all, and you're like, you dick.
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose that Neil's jumped to what I suppose I was ultimately trying to lead up to in that how much of how skill based is that, right?
It's quite you've gotta have a good understanding of where the claw drops and what's going to hit off first, and if like there are some items are particularly big or small, and you might grab a couple of items but then like skip off all of them because some of them are like round shields, some of them are quite long, so you've got to get the clawed correctly. If you try and do them widthwise, you won't collect anything.
Because it strikes me that you get this is the trend now, isn't it? Is to take something that has a randomness to it, and then let's build a roguelike around it, right?
Yeah.
So Balatro has that roguelike built around its randomness of the deck of cards.
Right. Yeah. And
Clawler has that randomness of the whatever, right?
So you can the randomness is like both the actual gameplay itself in that getting the items to either get in like defense or attack or poison or whatever. There's lots of different items, but also in that what you can add to your deck. When you get an upgrade, you can choose one of 3 items, but you can obviously re-roll them for coins, and you get coins for defeating enemies, or you can get items that give you coin at the end of the games, at the end of the round. And you use those coins to upgrade or remove other items that can go into the claw machine. You get upgrades that can increase the amount of items that can go into your claw machine. So like at the start, you're only allowed 10 items in the claw machine plus a bit of fluff. So if you've got more than 10 items that you can have drop into them, some of those won't drop.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're depending on one specific one, you want to either increase the amount of items that goes into the claw machine or
decrease the amount of options that you present or whatever. Yeah, I gotcha.
It's pretty standard for these types of like I would say card games, but it's not a card
That's
game.
what I'm saying. Like I'm starting to think that's sort of a little bit like Slay the Spire, where you want to reduce your reduce your deck down to cycle through the cards faster and all that. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like that. It's to be honest, I think it's very well sort of put out. As I say, there is a little bit of skill as well. So you are always engaged. You've got to constantly think about what are you trying to do in the actual game. Are the opponents attacking you? Do you want to like actually get more defense, or some rounds they're not attacking at all, so there's no point getting any shields or anything. You want to just pure on attack or buff yourself or debuff them with the various items. So yeah, there's a lot to it. It's really good, really fun. I love the demo, and for the price of a beer in the pub.
Mate, you go to a fancy pub.
Well, you know he does.
Well, it's getting there.
It's not
I'll
the
tell you,
club.
don't get-
I'm going to have 3 beers for the same price.
Oh yeah, if you go to a working men's, yeah.
It's not a working men's.
Is it
There's
not?
lots of retired people in there.
Oh right. But yeah, it's just a good game. Check it out.
Nice.
All right, nice one.
you
Do you want
buying
to do
it?
on yours, Neil?
Are you buying it?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I already played it though. I played the demo. It was all right.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go back to it. But again, I just
Am I going in reverse order?
I probably had another roguelike that was taking up my time.
Yeah,
at
maybe.
The time, right? So, maybe.
Did you see
Just
there was
maybe.
the Golden Joystick Awards last night?
No.
No, I was looking out. I wondered when those were on. I
It
missed
was
it.
yesterday.
Yeah. Did Balatro win anything?
Balatro won Best Indie Game.
Nice.
I don't know what won Best Game. You know what I think won Best Game? Was that Black Myth Wukong?
Oh yeah.
The
I've heard
Chinese
people
game?
talk highly of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Not
there you go.
completely. I've not heard a lot of people say it's the best thing ever.
No.
How some people were a little bit lukewarm on it. So
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a bit of a surprise, that one. But,
Yeah.
Balatro got nominated for quite a few things, I think. But,
well, I'm glad they won something.
although, what would they call it? Balatro. They were calling it Balatro.
Yeah, they could call it Balatro. Yeah,
Fuck off, it's not called
I think that might be
Balatro.
right as well, but I don't know.
Fuck
we call
off,
it Balatro.
nah.
So,
Do you know the guy who made it? It's Canadian.
I can't
You
remember. if I
do
knew him or not.
now.
There you go.
Anyway,
Go Canada.
you're amazing.
All right, what do we got?
Right, okay. Well, I'll play with the game I've played the least this week because it's the one I played yesterday. It's called Mouthwashing, and it is weird as fuck. So I haven't got very far in this.
Right.
It's hang on, trying to find a video that hasn't got a person on it. I don't even know where to start with this. It's very fucking weird. It's sort of PS2 era graphics. And basically the game starts and you are piloting a spaceship, a space freighter, a Pony Express long haul freighter. And you're the captain in the cockpit. And there's a warning appears on the screen, like an asteroid is in the way. If you don't change course, you might hit this asteroid. And so you've got I'm playing mouse and keyboard. I assume there's controller and support as well. But basically, you can you're in the cockpit, first person, looking at the warning screens or console of load of stuff. Like I say, PS2 era-ish graphics. And so where you move the mouse to, there's like a crosshair, and when you can interact with something, it turns into like a pointy finger. So you click on that when you get the pointy finger, and it's like the steering column. So you're like, if you don't steer, it's like basically if you don't steer left, you're going to hit this asteroid. So, but when you click on the thing, there's only one option, and that is to steer right. I mean, like, okay, if you press right mouse button, you can get back out and like search around the screen. It's like there's nothing else to click on. I guess we're clicking steer right then. So you have no option about what to do. You just have to go through the motions initially. And so you steer right, and it's like, warning, you're on a direct course to hit this asteroid. And it's like, okay, I guess for some reason we're going to crash. And there's literally nothing you can do about it, so you have to hit the asteroid.
Okay.
So then you have the crash, you get out of your seat, and you're walking around the corridors of this spaceship, And it's really fucking weird. You go down all these loads of fucking corridors and you just follow in the corridor because there's nowhere else to go. And you have to click on the handle to open the door. And then you get to like a dead end. And so you turn around, go back down the corridor that you just come, and then there's like the Pony Express like logo 3D in front of you blocking your progress that way. And like, well, that wasn't there before. And then so you turn around and go back the other way and you can go back a different way and things have changed. And so it's really just fucking, it's like, what is going on? This is really fucking weird. So then finally, once you've mooched up and down the corridors, the actual crash happens. And so that's like, you then wake up and you're playing a different person than you were before. So now you're playing Curly? Or was that the first guy? Yeah, I can't remember. Curly is the guy I think you play as when you sort of wake up. And you say you're playing someone different. And you're talking to like characters in the game. There's like the medic woman that you speak to about your previous captain, who's the one you were playing as initially, who deliberately crashes the fucking spacecraft, basically. But you obviously don't know why. So I guess the game is finding out what the fuck happens, why does he deliberately crash, and lots of weird shit that happens in between, I guess. There's a couple of other characters on the ship. A guy who looks a bit like me, because AKA he's quite skinny, but he's got a big fat belly, because he obviously loves a beer, doesn't he? He's like the mechanic. His name is Swansea. And then his apprentice is called...
So he's a ship mechanic then.
He doesn't stop when things weird happen, apparently. To find out what the fuck happened. But funny enough, he is a ship mechanic, but it would appear in the game. And yeah, it's like there's the nurse girl and like the mechanic's apprentice, who's called Daisuke, maybe. Daisuke. I don't know. Anyway, so then the captain who you were playing as at the beginning is in sick bay, and he's properly fucked up. And he's all like wrapped in bandages with like no skin. And like his feet are missing, his hands are missing. It's really fucked up. And so one of the first things you have to do as the new character is feed him his painkillers.
Oh jeez.
So you literally like have to click on his mouth to open his mouth, pour in the pain. Like you have to find the painkillers first, pick up the painkillers, and then you pour in the painkillers, and you get like a black screen while he munches on his painkillers. And it makes all these horrible sounds. It's really fucking weird.
It's not as though we haven't had games like this before, though, is it?
I don't know. I haven't played one a bit like this, honestly.
I mean, there's always one that comes along every now and then. It's absolutely batshit insane, and there is something to it. But I don't know. Yeah. Is there much of a game?
Well, most of it at the moment is it's like
insaneness.
Still, so far, it's like walking around from finding the thing you like. It'll tell you go to where the cargo hold.
Is it any good?
I don't know. It's weird as fuck. So I want to know what the fuck's going on. Basically,
you're being entertained then.
Yeah. It's really, like I say, it's fucking mental. And so where I've got to is you get to the cargo hold. You have to pick up a few things, like solve some simple puzzles. Like you pick up a code scanner thing, which is a black light torch, basically. And it's throughout parts of the thing, because you're the captain, you get to have access to the UV light thing. So there's places in the thing that you have to shine the UV light, and it'll tell you a code to tap into a keypad to get into a certain place or whatever. So I've got into the cargo hold, and spoilers, this is for the first fucking, I don't know, half an hour of the game. Basically, the thing that you've been transporting in this freighter is you find fucking loads of mouthwash. I guess that's why it's called mouthwashing. So it's like, everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? Why are we getting so much mouthwash? And where is it going? And what the fuck? So that's about as far as I've got. So I will carry on playing because I want to know
I
what the
think I
fuck
would
is
like you
going
to
on.
play. Yeah, I'd like you to play this for me.
Yeah, yeah, it's proper weird.
All right. Maybe we should
And
watch a YouTube walkthrough.
you could do that, I suppose, but you'd probably have to
Well, no, I suppose my
listen or
question is
watch
how
some
much of game.
obnoxious character,
Yeah, I mean,
or listen to
okay.
me, an obnoxious character, do it for you. But yeah, it's strange. But
All right.
I've heard it's good, so I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Okay.
But it might be one of those things you might have to check out yourself.
Check it out yourself. Okay. All right. What else you got, Dave?
I've been playing some more Blob 6.
Oh yeah.
I'm on my way to second
Prestige.
prestige. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, put some
Um,
hours in then.
yeah. I'm getting. I think I'm nearly over it now.
Are you? You're coming to
yeah.
the end of your enthusiasm for it.
Yeah. It's.
Oh, you know that'll happen, and then they'll bring in a new map just in time to keep you going.
Yeah.
They've brought in. Well, obviously, I'm not doing the battle pass. Even though I'm progressing in it, and but I'm not paid for it, so I'm not getting it. I'm getting a few free unlocks and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. It is a Twitch shooter. Like apart from like a few maps, they're all Twitch. They're so small, and you're just running around frantically. Doesn't matter what type of game you play. Most people are just out for the they don't play
Kills.
the objectives. They just go for the kills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's fair enough. But to us there is a few maps that the amount of spawn camping is so egregious. It's really bad. And obviously people that put probably hundreds or thousands of hours into it so far know about where you can safely stand and just shoot people when they spawn, and it's so frustrating. I don't know if there's any type of actual matchmaking going on, but it just seems that when you get into a game that there's 2 or 3 people on the other team that know where literally every map you play, they know where to stand and shoot you. And it's just like that's the most fun thing going. And the only way I found to actually get out of those games with those people is change the types of games I'm going into. Yeah, but even I think that there's so many people playing this game, and there's so many people a lot of hours into it. They know about it on all the major maps. So
Of course.
yeah, I've had like a night of not doing badly, but just not doing as well as I thought, and I do wonder if it is a matchmaking thing. Is that I'm starting to go up against these better people now.
So you're getting good. Apparently.
Well, yeah, I'm just getting more conditioned, and I probably know the maps a bit better, and like
You need more people like
automatic.
me to come in and play and suck.
Yeah, I need some. Yeah, I was gonna say I need some free weekends, but the game's free anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't work anymore.
I think. Well, the thing it's not free everywhere. It's only free on Xbox. And
well,
PC Game Pass.
That's why I did. Defoe's been playing Hunt this week.
right.
I think his MMR is still quite low.
Ooh.
So it's been a joy going out and playing. Look at Neil's eyes light up. Ooh, maybe we should go out for a run with Defoe.
Yeah, Defoe's on, yeah.
Yeah. Because I went out on some runs today on my own, and definitely the competition was not the same. No. So
Wow.
there's a lot to be said for the matchmaking.
Not killed Post Malone yet, no. As we found out, we discovered this week he's a.
I have not killed Post Malone, but bizarrely, we were in a game last night, and we killed a friend of mine who lives in Montreal. And I only noticed at the end, I pulled up the kill screen. I went, I know that guy. He's a family friend. It's very strange. And then, yeah, I know. And we don't even normally play on the American servers, right? It was just we happened to play because.
Did you kill him though?
No, Matthew did.
With his meme loads.
With our meme loadout, yeah, we were playing explosive. We were
were
all
you all
playing
killing?
Billy with explosive crossbolts. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it was fun.
Anyway, we're not talking about that game. It's banned.
That's all we need to talk about. Okay, what else we got?
I don't know. Where are we?
Dave.
I've been playing some more RimWorld.
All right.
Yeah.
Why has your mic moved?
Yeah, he's moved.
Yeah,
the mic,
it does
hasn't
sound a bit weird, doesn't it? Is that better?
he? There we go.
Yes.
That's better. Ooh, it's
Yeah.
lovely, mate. Lovely,
Lovely.
meaty, lovely,
Yeah,
meaty voice.
RimWorld. I don't know. I realised I haven't played it for
For
good
about
6
2
months.
days. What,
No.
RimWorld?
Yeah. It's
What do you
like
mean you
April
haven't-
last.
What?
He's got no, Neil. Don't be so surprised
Oh,
about this.
hang on,
Dave's got
Hang on.
Dave's
I'm
got
thinking
a
of
good.
Factorio.
Yeah,
So-
he's got a good stable of games in rotation, right? You know, Dyson Sphere's coming up again soon, right?
Has it got an expansion coming out?
Stellaris or something's going to come around the corner.
No, RimWorld. Yeah, I thought I'd pick it up. I don't know. I like the early game of that.
I think this is the game I think Factorio is.
Right. Yeah, no, this is different. Oh god.
But this
I need to
hasn't had
post
an
something about
expansion.
what Station is. What's that?
This hasn't had an expansion or anything. Any new content?
No, not since the
last
anomaly.
one.
Yeah, which was
He's just playing it because he likes it.
I'm
Hmm.
playing it. I like it. Yeah.
Makes
I
me feel good.
What a
I thought
weird
I'd-
thing to do.
I started a new colony. I like the early game of that. I think later on I do get a bit. There's a lot going on, and I sort of lose interest a bit. But the early game, I like it.
Is this a bit
Defending
like
it.
Terraria? RimWorld then? Is this more like sort of
So it's top down.
Terraria?
Yeah, it's top down. You build a colony, you research, everything you have to make with materials that you find or trade with. You can go off and trade. All the colonists have their own needs and wants and personality types. Yeah, it's a very deep game. If you're at all interested in, why are you showing a game? Why are you showing a
I don't know what's going on
auction
there.
not included?
It's like it's supposed to be a RimWorld video.
Right. Yeah, I love it. There's tons of mods. I think the previous game I didn't play with any mods. This time I put on all loads of mods that I like. All my nice mods of clearly highlighting enemies and mad animals, which there's a few things that the base game doesn't do that and because this game is RimWorld is so well liked across the community and it's very well supported with the mods. There's thousands of mods that, and you can customize your play however you want. I don't actually change any of the gameplay stuff. It's more visual and stuff. Makes it easier. Maybe a few less clicks that I need to do with my pawns. But yeah, love it.
Nice. All right. Good
Is
old
it on sale?
RimWorld.
Sale.
Probably
It'll be
not.
on sale
Does it
soon,
go on
isn't it?
sale?
It
It's
very
Black
rarely
Friday
goes.
Steam sale's not on at the minute yet. It's
It-
about the only
it
place
rarely
that hasn't got its Black Friday on yet. Is Steam.
RimWorld is £28.49.
28 quid.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like half
it's
an
very-
Astrobot.
It it rarely goes on sale. It's just doesn't.
All right. What else we got? Let's try and push through to the end here.
Me,
Neil.
Right. Okay. Rise of the Golden Idol. I finished.
Yes.
Finished
Okay.
it. Finished it last night. Can't speak too much about it because it's pure story. Other than it definitely is a step up on the case of the Golden Idol. Lots of improvements, quality of life improvements, things that like collects all the keywords for you without having to click on every single one of them and all that sort of stuff. Loads of good stuff, improvements. And the story's very good. The story that you have to complete is interesting and funny and worth the time. I think it was, 10 to 12 hours it took me total. And it definitely gets to the point where you're really having to think it about what you're doing. So it's a good exercise for your brain.
I don't like that.
Well, as you get older, Dave, you might need to do more of these things. Otherwise, You turn into a
look what,
vegetable.
otherwise, look what happens to you.
Look at the state of me. I drive around with flat tires when I should have stopped. Yeah, really, really good. I thought Rise of the Golden Idol. Case of the Golden Idol, I really enjoyed. But yeah, this one being a little bit more modern, I think, really helps and is much more like the opportunities for them to just do some crazy shit was a bit more
What are you playing this on?
PC. You can play
Is
it on
it?
Netflix on an iPad.
You playing it on your new Steam Deck yet?
No, I didn't buy a Steam Deck.
Hey, you might as well. Otherwise, the money's just going to get eaten
They
up by a
fucking sold
tire or
out of the
some shit.
white ones. I'm not fucking buying one if it isn't fancy.
No.
So Rise of the Golden Idol, I think it has a demo still. You should probably check it out.
On Netflix as well.
Yes,
Netflix,
and
if
it
you have
is the full
Netflix account.
game is available via Netflix, but I don't think it would be very good on a phone-sized screen because
No,
it's even on a PC full-size screen. It's pretty busy at times with lots of different things that you need to switch between and puzzles you need to look at.
Maybe a mobile
So-
version, though. Who knows?
I don't think it's any different, honestly.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Besides
gonna
from
check it
poking
out?
myself in the nose, I'm going to check it out
On the
on my
iPad?
iPad. Yeah.
How big's your iPad?
Not the largest, but not
It's
the
not
smallest.
a personal question. Come on, you can be honest.
It's as big as God gave me.
You bought a fucking iPad. God didn't.
I don't
give
know.
you
I
it.
used to have an iPad mini, but it's not an iPad mini. It's a full-size
No,
iPad.
I think it needs. I don't know. It might be okay on an iPad. Depends how it works. I don't have an iPad.
I will report. Let us not speculate.
It needs to be like I say. I've got a 27-inch screen with a mouse, and I definitely
Look
have
at
to like.
him.
There's multiple things going on at the same time. That's the problem. So it
Right.
needs like you to be able to. It depends how they've managed to interface it on
Yeah,
touch.
I will check
guess,
it out.
But there's a lot more going on in this game. A lot more like flicking in between, like, oh, who was that again? I need to remember. Or unless you've got a fucking notepad and pen that you can write shit down or take pictures.
I will. Yes, I will take a notepad and pen then as well.
I bet you might need to have a phone as well as your iPad to take pictures.
Oh my
of
god!
shit. Oh,
That's you screenshot. You just screenshot on an iPad.
Yeah, I guess. But I didn't do any of that because I was on a PC. I was just really trying to just think it
PC
in
scrub.
my tiny shit brain. It's definitely
not
not as good as
tiny
it
shit
used to
brain.
be. But
All right.
really fucking good as far as I was
Okay.
concerned. If you like to have really think about what you're doing.
Sometimes. No, actually, I do. So yeah, I'm definitely going to play that. Okay, good.
I've only got
Dave?
one left, Dave. You want to go?
Fantasy football 24. I got sacked.
Fantasy football?
Is it called
Not
Football
fancy
Manager? I'm just
Football
gonna put in the
Manager.
I'm just going to write out the name here for you, Dave, because obviously
Oh yeah.
you
No,
didn't.
I was looking at it and I was like, Football Manager? Yeah, no, fantasy football. Football Manager 24.
I've just
yeah,
put
I got
in YouTube Football Manger 24.
Manger.
I'm not sure what I'm going
Alright.
to get and I click on these videos.
Yeah, I got sacked.
Jesus.
The second season, I lost like 10 games in a row. I tried to change up the tactics.
Who were you playing as?
Oh, no.
Northampton Cobblers.
Well, you know.
I lost all my decent loans. I couldn't get I didn't have the budget to get any other decent loaner players. Yeah, it was
It's tough.
pretty
It's tough
bad.
in League One, mate.
It is tough in League One. So yeah, what did I do? I went to like the third round of the FA Cup.
Yeah, because
Strange that you play this game.
Why?
I wouldn't have picked this as you like, you're
Yeah.
to me you're the non-football guy of the podcast, right? So the fact that you're playing Football Manager is very strange.
Yeah, I used to play it a lot when I was younger.
Into
I don't
football.
know.
Oh, yeah?
I like the strategy and the management of it.
Yeah.
I would never pick up a FIFA. Last time I did was like
I wouldn't recommend it these
years and
days.
years
They're all
ago.
No,
like, at least 2 years old now, FIFAs.
Every
Yeah.
time they don't make it anymore, do they?
It's not called FIFA anymore.
Is it not?
No.
Okay, that's how out of touch with that I am. But no, I quite like the management of it. So I might pick it up again and play, I don't know, a Spanish club or something, Barcelona,
Well,
a high end
fault
club.
code, basically. Well, I don't pick
Yeah,
Barcelona because I imagine that's an absolute shit show lately on
yeah.
Football Manager. Because whereas they were like probably really good 10 years ago to play in Football Manager, yeah, they've got lots of financial constraints, which
Oh,
I
right,
assume
okay,
are reflected in Football Manager. Because
right.
in Spain, they have they have quite punishing financial constraints. Even
Oh,
on clubs like Barcelona, constantly having to sell bizarre things. They have to basically invent stuff to sell so that they have enough money to buy new players and register them. In reality, this is not in the video game. They sold something like all of their club TV rights. Like their, I don't know, like not the football. It was like some fucking, like their
right.
own TV channel. They sold the rights to that to somebody else so they could fucking register some players because they've got no fucking money.
Oh,
Hmm.
right. So maybe not Barcelona. Maybe AC
Yeah.
Milan or something. Or
Maybe
um.
Man City? Maybe Man City.
Hmm.
I was thinking abroad, so I don't know, maybe an Italian club or something.
I guess Real
Um,
Madrid then is your option.
but yeah, I might do that. Just yeah, see how well I do. If I get sacked in the second season, I was like, no, I'll probably put it down, never play it again. But yeah, put a bit more time in that. It's good. It's on Game Pass, so
Yeah.
fuck it, why not?
And there's not a new version until March next year.
Yeah,
26.
25's been delayed.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess that only leaves
Not Hunt.
no Buckshot Roulette.
What's
Yes.
this?
So this is a game.
What is this? It's
This
very
came-
simple.
This was
Really?
discovered or brought to our attention by my son, who bought it for me. And played.
It's his
First thing I
fault.
did was play around with him, and then did we play around with anyone else? I
Mr.
think maybe we.
Matt bought it quite quickly. Arnie's got it, hasn't he, as well?
I
Did
think
someone
we
buy
played
it
with
for him?
Arnie. Yeah. So basically, it's one of these things. It's like cost £3. It's a little game. You're not going to play it for hours. Well, maybe you will. Who knows?
Well,
But
I
anyway,
seriously doubt it.
talk us through the premise, Neil.
Well, have you heard of Russian roulette? Where you
I believe I have.
load a live bullet in a revolver. Spin said, what do they call them? There is a name for those things. Chambers? Are they called chambers?
I
What are they
guess.
called?
I don't know.
Anyway, so, and then point it at your own head and pull the trigger. If it's a empty chamber, you survive. If it's a live bullet in there, you're fucking pretty dead. But in this game, instead of a revolver, you have a communal shotgun.
Pump action shotgun.
Yes, which is loaded at the beginning of the game, beginning of each round.
So let's just say there's 4 of you sitting around a table.
Well, this is
sort
in the
of
multiplayer.
In the base of. Well, let's talk about the multiplayer. That's all I played. Did you play the
So-
single player?
Yeah. I played the single player.
Ah, you would, wouldn't you?
Well, of course I fucking did. I've got no friends. So in the single player, you're.
Do we have to talk
you
about the single
versus
player?
well, it's easy to set it up as the single player because it's fairly simple. Like there is a shotgun in the on the table. There's you versus the AI. It's quite easy to then explain how it changes in multiplayer. But basically, it tells you at the beginning of a round how many live rounds and how many blank rounds are getting loaded into the shotgun.
And it changes. every
Sometimes
round.
it's 2, sometimes it's 5 total rounds. This is, or 7, or 8, or whatever, anywhere in between. I think it's 8 maximum. So there could be 3 live rounds, 5 blanks, or there could be 1 live round, 1 blank, and anywhere in between. Like all fucking sorts of shit goes. So, and then you take it in turns. Like basically, you don't see which order they get loaded in.
You
So
get
if there's-
shown you get shown how many bullets there are, or in
Yeah.
single player does it show you? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it shows you,
how
like I
many
say.
shows you how many rounds are getting put into the shotgun and what flavor they are, but it
Yeah.
doesn't tell you the order.
You don't know what order they're in. So if there's, for example, 2 live and 2 blanks, it's a 50-50 chance whether when you pull the trigger, it's either live or blank. So
He's doing that math thing again, Dave.
if you go, well, it's 50-50. If I point it at myself and I click the trigger and it's a blank, then I get another go without the other person having a go. That's the point of playing, like shooting yourself. If, however, you point the gun at yourself and it's a live round, bang, you lose a life. You get defibrillated, basically. It's like a defib, sort of like, it's really
you basically have
honestly,
4 lives. Let's say you pretty much have 4 lives.
have you only
that
played
gets rid of
multiplayer? You've only played
Yeah.
multiplayer. Yeah, well, in the single player, it was incredibly disturbing. I found the first couple of rounds when literally, not obviously, if it's in VR, it'd be even more disturbing, but it's bad enough just like watching it on a screen. Like, you see the guy literally picks up a fucking great big 12-ball shotgun and points it straight in your face, and if it goes off, bang, it's really like you see you see the shotguns, like when you point it at yourself, when you choose to shoot yourself, the shotgun kind of like shakes as you do it, and it's like, this feels really fucking weird.
It's totally wrong. The whole thing is wrong.
For the first few rounds, it really did I was just like, this is fucked up, man. I can't believe they were allowed to make this game. It's so fucking weird. And then you pull the trigger, and if it goes click, you're like, oh, fucking thank fuck for that. It wasn't me. I get another go. And now I'm just putting it at the other person because that was far too stressful. But if it goes bang, like everything, literally, you hear the bang and everything just goes black. And it's like, and then you get like brought back to life with a defibrillator. But obviously, if it really happened, you'd have no fucking head. It's. But,
what are these magnifying glasses?
Yeah, so that's where, like, after in the first round, it's basically just lives
Just
and
a
blanks.
shotgun. Yeah.
Once you win, or in multiplayer, you go around like that. I think. Do you do that in multiplayer, or do you already have the modifiers?
You already have the modifiers straight
Yeah.
away.
So in multiplayer, you get these modifiers. So every round, before the round starts, a little box pops up. And you click on the box, and some random thing pops out of it. And it could be any one of, I don't know, is there 8 things, maybe?
Something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
So it's like a
So you
pair
get,
of
like,
handcuffs, a beer can, some cigarettes,
some electronic
adrenaline
equipment,
shot.
your phone and
Yeah,
shit like that, right?
and they all do different things. So, I don't know. The magnifying glass lets you look at what's the next round in the shotgun before you fire it. So if there's 4 of you, maybe you see it's a live round, you're like, well, who am I going to shoot? Unless you've got a different modifier on, because you get to use all of your modifiers. You could use all of them before you take your shot.
Yeah, everything you want you can use in your turn. So there's no limits to that, right?
Yeah,
so you can start to chain combos, and there are modifiers that allow you to steal other people's modifiers.
Yeah, the adrenaline shot is one that you literally take the adrenaline shot, and then you could get access to everybody's shit. So you could just nick someone's magnifying glass.
Yeah, so that's why the multiplayer becomes the multiplayer basically has 3, I would say 3 elements to it, right? It has that randomness of the shotguns itself, what is happening there. Then you've got the politics of everyone starting to gang up on other people, and who,
Yeah, I think there was a round I didn't even get a
who
go
jumps on the
everyone shot
person.
me.
Yeah, who jumps on the person that's nearly dead, or who's ganging up, what alliances are being made. And then you have the tactical game of all the modifiers as well. Like, right, that sort of, it's almost, you start trying to piece together moves ahead. Like like I think Matt did it with us. The last game we played, Matt did it, and he found a road to the end game through the modifiers that,
Yeah, you can.
He was able to use to win.
Because one of the modifiers lets you change it from a live to a blank, or a blank to a live. It's called like a polarity changer or something. So you can look at it and go, well, it's a blank. So either you can shoot yourself and get an extra go, but then you won't know what the next round is, or you go, oh, I've got the polarity changer. I can change that to a live round and I can shoot my mate. But if you can also got, for example, it's like a hat, it's like a
The knife or whatever.
knife thing. So you hack the end off the thing, it does double damage. So if someone's literally got 2 health points left, you're like, well, I can change it to a live round, or it already is a live round. I'll take the fucking knife, bang, they're out of the game. But then it's the end of your turn. And then
Oh yeah,
else
Arnie
gets
says
to
it
go.
was me. What was I saying? Somebody had done something. It was anyway. Yeah, we were playing with Arnie. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first night you all played together, I was offline. I think that night.
It's the perfect game that we all have in our library, and just on a Friday night when the beers are flowing or whatever, let's have a quick game. Right?
Like I said to you,
I don't want to play it for a lot, but I don't mind
No.
having one game here and there,
it's
which is
definitely potential drinking game material. If you're all alcoholics, every time you
Which
get
we
shot,
are.
you take a shot, etc., or you take a finger of your beer or whatever. As if I'm going to fucking wait for that. But yeah, you could definitely have a lot of drinking game action with this kind of thing, or any other fourth. Every time you get shot, you got to do something or whatever.
this is the
Some
sort of
stupid shit.
game. This is not good. I can't see this ever appearing on console.
It's fucking well wrong. That
Right?
bit where you point the gun at yourself is fucking properly
It's
fucked
really
up.
wrong, right? That's just can't no. So this is one of those games though that I would say you don't need a big PC to run this, right?
No,
I mean,
it's
you probably,
real weird
probably
graphic
have
style.
something. Yeah. I don't think it's intensive or whatever. This is the perfect sort of PC game for people that aren't necessarily PC gamers,
Who are wrong.
right?
People who are
just
wrong.
something. Yeah, those wrong people. Just to play online with your friends.
Yeah,
Cool.
super wrong.
And it's like, I don't know, what was it? Like, I think it would cost like $6 or something here.
I paid
like £3.
£2.49, I think, for it.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those. Just like fuck it, every now and again, and be like, "Should we do that?" Yeah, all right. We haven't played that for 6 months. Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah. If you think of it like you're just going to put 50p in a fucking arcade machine,
Yeah.
you know, it's nothing, right? So,
But
yeah, it's cool.
It's
Nice little find.
yeah, very odd. Very,
And again, the
very
bonus
disturbing.
is playing with your friends, right? It's
Yeah.
just that's what's great about it.
There's definitely things that happen if you play it solo. Like I finished it, inverted quotes, solo, but then it unlocks this extra mode, which I don't know if it's like. I think Stu was talking
It was an
about.
endless mode,
It's
wasn't
an
it? He
endless
said it was
mode.
an
I
endless
don't know, but he sometimes he says things wrong, so I don't know. It's getting on a bit, isn't it? Bless him.
He's losing it.
So I don't know. I haven't played it myself, so I wouldn't like to say for certain. But yeah.
Arnie says you can probably run it on a graphics calculator.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe. It's got like a really limited color palette. It's like reds, greys, sort of beiges, and that's it. There's no like other colors.
No,
But it
it's
has
pretty
got
grim.
a
It's a real
thumping
grim.
soundtrack. When you first start in a single player game, you like walk into like a sort of like a disco room where you're like on a sort of balcony above like a nightclub, and it's just like like proper like pumping techno shit music going in. Apparently, there's an achievement for listening to it for a minute or something.
Oh yeah.
And then you click on a door ahead of you, and you go into the weird fucking fucked up room. The fucked up room
Shotgun
where
roulette
bad
game.
things happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a PC game. Like you say, it's never coming to console, surely, because it's just too fucking wrong.
It is good though. It is good.
Yeah.
It's this week's
Lethal Company.
Lethal Company, Among Us. I mean, it gets
well,
modded
Among Us was friendly enough to come out everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is not coming out everywhere because it's too
But it's good.
fucked up. If this, I mean, this is not coming out in Australia. Put it that way. No way
I'm
that's
surprised-
going. You're
I'm
allowed to play that
surprised
in
if this will
Australia.
stay out here. Buy it while you can. All right. Okay. Well, I think that probably gets us to the end then, does it? Unless I'm mistaken. That was the
Okay, that's
final
it.
thing we had on there. No doubt we'll hear some more about most of these. Okay. All right. Well, let's call it that the end of show 250. Now, do you have a what's our outro like these days,
There isn't one.
Dave?
Oh, hey, you know
We-
what? I was thinking about this. I'm thinking I'm fucking done with Twitter. X.
Welcome
can't-
to.
I don't really want to have to go on there anymore.
Wait. This is a decision you should have made a year ago.
Well, we do have a couple of people who respond to us on there.
Oh, well, you mean just in terms of the Seal podcast?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
fuck it
don't. I
off,
don't go
doesn't
on there
matter.
personally. I literally only use it as the podcast thing. Okay. So I send out.
Which is a fucking cesspool. We fucking really are not interested in being in there anymore. Please come and join us on Blue Sky.
Blue Sky is.
We're not
Which is
staying on
not-
a
Twitter.
new place.
Which is not a cesspool yet, but give it time.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
at
the
some
thing
point.
is, it has the tools to avoid becoming a cesspool, which Twitter has decided to fucking remove, which is why it's a fucking shithole. But
We love you, but you're not the center of the universe. We're not staying on Twitter just for you, whoever you
Yeah.
are.
so
If you've got a problem with
either
it.
I'm not going to delete the profile, but there is a link to the Discord on there. You can join the Discord.
Can you
or
link to
can
Blue
follow us
Sky on it?
There is a post on there. One of the recent posts is a link to a picture of our Blue
Nice.
Sky.
That must drive
profile.
Elon up the wall.
It's lots of
Everyone-
butterflies, because obviously that's the symbol for Blue Sky, and then
Is it?
it's
I
a
didn't know
picture, an image of our profile on Blue Sky. if
So
you
it's a
wanna
blue
join us there.
butterfly, not a blue bird.
Yes, it's
Poor
literally
old
the same
Dave.
fucking thing from 10 years ago, and
The
all the
poor
cool
old little
people who were on
tweak.
there like 12 years ago are on there now, making funnies and all that sort of stuff. And if someone is a dick to you, you can just press the block button and not have to deal with them anymore. Whereas that kind of doesn't work anymore on the other place.
The other place.
So,
All right.
but
Okay.
the best thing is either go to sealpodcast.com or join the Discord.
Yeah, fucking join
Dave?
the Discord. There's all great stuff on the Discord. And not much, but we do have a little bit of shit going back and forth. Anyway, Dave.
But Neil's basically done it for me.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
You
to
don't
the
have to do it.
podcast.
No, you're quite right.
No.
Let him do his thing. Just
He
get
wants
rid of
to
all
feel
the extra-
relevant. Make Dave relevant.
Make Dave relevant again.
That's right.
Thank you for listening. As Neil said, go on to sealpodcast.com. There's icons for all of our social media places, plus a form to email us. You can get us on You can get to Discord through X, and can you get to it through X?
It's still
No.
that's our pinned
That's our
whatever
pinned
post or whatever
X.
it is. But that is
Yeah.
it. I think I'm done going on there now.
We're
So
done
it's
with X
pinned.
now.
Done with X. Are we pinned it on Blue Sky yet?
No, I need to do that. But
There you go.
Fucking hell.
oh fuck me, sorry, it's not daytime. I ain't done it.
You can get to us on YouTube and Twitch at Seal Podcast. We upload and stream to.
I want the stubbornness. I'm not doing that. It's fucking not daytime. Brilliant.
Neil, do you want to do a shout out for?
We had a few in the chat for 250. Thank you all for joining. We have Arnie, Minson.
Thanks, Arnie, for your subs and all that shit
Yeah.
too, man.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
go
it
unnoticed.
does.
Thank
It does mean
and
something.
everyone else, of course.
Chill Robots, and Ajax, Anticorps. Thank you all for chipping in, all over the previous 250 episodes, for everybody who's chipped in with questions and whatnot. And
Awesome.
anyone who just listens or watches, you're all appreciated. Not
Most
quite
of you.
equally. Not quite equally.
Don't let your head get too big. You're all right. All right. No, thank you very much. Pleasure as always. Thank you, gents, for 250 great episodes. Here's to 250 more. And thanks very much for listening. We'll catch up with you next week.
See you soon.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.